to offer preferred rates. Guests will enjoy 2 new restaurants, an indoor pool, a new exclusive M Club lounge, and complimentary shuttle service within 2 miles of the hotel. Visit Marriott.com to learn more.
Houston, we have a cocktail. All Hands canned cocktails are made with 6 times distilled crab vodka at a sturdy 10% ABV to ensure you never have to sacrifice the quality of your provisions. Now available in 6 natural flavors, including raspberry lemonade, ruby red grapefruit, cherry limeade, cranberry and vodka soda, and vodka tonic classics. Follow the adventure on Instagram at @DrinkAllHands and try these bar-strength cocktails for yourself for the next game. All Hands, damn fine cocktails. Proud sponsor of Rice Athletics.
Got my nachos, got my big TV, and my favorite chair. It's game time. But you know, the only thing that would make it a little better is if I could listen to my local broadcasters while watching the game.
Oh, hello. You must have wished for your game to be synced with TV and radio.
I sure did.
Do you have a DVR?
You bet.
Do you have a streaming device?
Yeah.
Blammo! Your game is now synced. It's that easy.
Oh, boy.
To see if you can get synced, head to syncmygame.com for Learfield.
Syncmygame.com?
Syncmygame.com.
Let's get the scout on today's opponent with the Adidas Scouting Report. Adidas, the official supplier and outfitter of Rice Athletics.
Our Adidas Scouting Report with my friend David Crane, the voice of the UAB Blazers. News coming down that Jordan Walker, Jelly Walker not playing. How obviously third leading scorer in the nation not playing has been big. How have you guys adjusted when he's been out?
Struggled to adjust and still trying to adjust at this point. It's hard to remove one of the best scorers in the country and everybody just picks up the slack and you move on and you keep winning. It's been a struggle. It's been a huge struggle shooting the basketball. They shot 41.5% Thursday night in the win over Louisiana Tech, and that's the best shooting they've had since Jordan has gone out of the lineup. So it's been a struggle, especially on the offensive end.
Coach Pear is really high on Gaines. Is he getting more of the shots without Jelly in there?
He is. He's the primary ball handler. He's just having to do a lot more than probably anybody would want him to have to do at this point, especially for the reason he is having to do it. But I do think he's coming off his best game, maybe not necessarily of the year, but certainly since Jordan went out. So it'd be interesting to see if he can carry that over here today.
Jemison, obviously big in the post. He's been with you forever. Fiedler's been with us forever. What do you think about that matchup, and how big is Jemison big for you?
The 2 senior citizens of Conference USA, I think it's a huge matchup. Trey has been playing very well, very consistently. He's kind of been averaging a double-double the last 5 or 6 ball games. And offensively, he's looked a lot more confident out there. But Fiedler just does so many things, and it's so hard to handle on both ends of the floor. I think the big men are certainly worth keeping an eye on today.
Anything that UAB coaches have said about Rice that they respect or watching out for?
Like everybody, 2 really good guards, Evie and Olivari, and something that Andy Kennedy has said is we can't let them play at their pace. We need to speed them up. We need to make them a little more uncomfortable, however that happens. And I will say the 1-3-1 half-court trap has been a savior for UAB. Teams have had a horrible time handling it. Louisiana Tech looked like they had never seen it in their lives before on Thursday night. And that ideally, it's been sort of the change-up, but they've had to use it as the fastball the last couple of games.
Hey, good seeing you. You'll get back to Birmingham early tonight, I guess.
Well, as always is the case in the league, we're going to play early and then go back to the hotel and wait for our plane.
Okay. There you go. David Crane, the one and the only Adidas scout of UAB Blazers. Stay tuned. Coming up next, we'll hear from Coach Para, and the music will soften right after this. It's Rice basketball from Learfield.
With MyFit Foods, meal planning isn't hard. We've got options on options for ready-to-eat meals. It's no secret why MyFit Foods is the best choice for meal prep. We have the best products, price point, and people dedicated to serving you. Stop by our store, only a mile down the road from Rice University, and fuel your body the Rice way today. MyFit Foods. Give a fit.
North Star Pressure Washing.
the only power washing company you will ever need for all your commercial and residential properties. Serving Houston and the surrounding areas for over 10 years, and now a proud sponsor for Rice University sports programs. Call us today for a free quote at 281-989-9244, because at North Star Pressure Washing, we never forget that your image is our business.
Hey, it's JP here to tell you that, yes, there's more Rice Owls content out there for you to consume. Subscribe and download the official podcast of Rice Athletics, Rice Owls Insider. Rice Owls Insider provides a unique new look at a variety of head coaches, players, and other integral voices inside the Rice Athletics department. Plus, you can find archive coaches shows as well. For the best in Rice Owls content, subscribe to Rice Owls Insider, the official podcast of Rice Athletics. Available on Apple, Stitcher, and Spotify.
The true teammate takes on every day with a winner's attitude, gets up when they fall down, and leaves it all on the field. There's a group of teammates who do all these things every single day. But they're more than your typical athlete. They're kids dealing with life-altering diagnoses. Team Impact pairs these kids with college athletic teams as part of a 2-year program, getting them off the sideline and into the game. The collegiate student-athletes gain a new teammate, a new friend, and a new perspective. For more information, visit teamimpact.org. Team Impact. All in, all together.
It's time to hear about today's matchup with head coach Scott Pera, presented by IBEW Local Union 716, where passion plus skill locks arms with value. Now alongside the coach, here's JP Heath.
It's the Rice Owls and the UAB Blazers on a wet and soggy and sometimes rainy Saturday afternoon here at Tudor Fieldhouse with head coach Scott Pera. This chat brought to us by Yingling Flight, and Coach, as the team continues to grow and win the close games like we had Thursday night, you and the staff still learning more about the guys and the juices going in those really close, entertaining games.
Yeah, I mean, look, you have to learn from every game, hopefully whether you win or lose. And, hopefully we gained something from that one the other night. Obviously, it's a very good win, but we've moved on, and it's been all about UAB since then.
How about a game where Max Fiedler didn't score the most points, but he impacts the game in so many ways, especially down the stretch? And then Mekhi Mason, that little play at the end that changed the trajectory of the Grave shot, I think it was.
Yeah, we talked about that with the team yesterday when we met. Now, I want to make sure that was I applauded Mekhi for his effort. Never assume it's going in. There's always a way to make a play to try and cause a miss. Not only did he cause the kid to make a more difficult shot, which he did miss, then Max hustled there, too, and it bounced off the other kid's foot out of bounds, so worked out for us. Terrific play by Mekhi. Max's defense was probably the best it's been all season with 5 blocks and 3 steals, so really happy about that.
When you look at this Andy Kennedy coach team, what are the things he has done in his short time there that have continued the trajectory of this UAB program?
Assembled a lot of talented players. They're very good, and now they're older, with Jamison coming back, Walker coming back if he plays today, Gaines, the transfer. I mean, they just have, and they just have really good players, and Buffin and, older guys that are talented.
Yeah, speaking of Walker, might as well get to him first. Obviously, he's doubtful for this game, and at one time just recently he was the leading scorer in the nation. So, hey, newsflash, he does a lot well. But how much does he change things X's and O's wise for them if he is in and not in for them?
Yeah, look, he's a tremendous player. And so when you don't have a tremendous player, it affects the team that he's playing on. And, some other guys for them have stepped up in his absence, but you add him back to it, it changes them as well. So there's no way to know. We're going to play whoever they put out there and try and play our game and play the best that we can.
In the games that he hasn't played here recently, has it been Gaines who puts up about half the amount of points but still has a lot of the ball handling and defensive abilities?
Yeah, really good player with the ball. Jamison's been really good on the low block as well. They've gotten some contribution from guys off the bench that haven't been playing as much, that are good players. Loven for one, who's a veteran as well. So, look, they have a lot of good players, cause a lot of problems. We're going to have to play very well. We're excited and glad to be home.
Jamison specifically, third straight big fella that is comparable to Max Fiedler, and Max has the edge in a lot of categories, but Jamison, another different type. But what's he do well, and analyze that matchup?
Big, strong, physical kid. He protects the rim for them. He finishes on the block. He offensive rebounds. He passes out of the post. Terrific all-around player.
All right, Coach, some keys to a nice Saturday matinee win here today.
Two really important things for us. We're going to limit their transition. We can't let them get out and get easy baskets in transition. And I believe they're averaging like 15.9 offensive rebounds a game in league. that number can't be there. If it is, we're in trouble, and we're going to have to really battle on the boards and keep them off the glass.
Thank you, Coach. Get that W.
Thanks, JP.
Scott Parra, head coach for Rice House. Rice and UAB coming up here in moments. Stay tuned. That wraps our chat, brought to you by Yingling Flight. That's our Houston Methodist pregame. It's Rice basketball from Learfield.
College sports fans now have access to hundreds of weekly podcasts that zero in on the college sports world. Now available in the Varsity Podcast Network and part of the new Varsity app. The app is free and available from wherever you get your favorite apps. Download the Varsity app today to have access to hundreds of national podcasts as well as your favorite team-focused podcasts. The Varsity Podcast Network, now available for free on the Varsity app. Download from the App Store and listen today.
On the Rice Owls Sports Network from Learfield, welcome to live play-by-play coverage of Owls basketball.
Sips it underneath, backdoor, Evie catches, bounces, goes up high, lays it in, plus the foul. Severi into the paint to field, the right corner, Husinovic catch and shoot and make. He pumps his fist, drives right, bounce pass to the runner, Fever left-handed dunk up and in. Yes, sir.
Owls basketball is brought to you by IBEW Local Union 716, where passion plus skill locks arms with value. And by Houston Methodist, leading medicine.
Fever staring, pivoting. Oh, no look pass to Lever catching to lay it in, plus the foul.
Tip-off is moments away. Let's head live courtside and join the voice of the Owls, J.P. Heath.
Yes. Back at it here at Tudor Fieldhouse. It's the Rice Owls and the UAB Blazers. Good afternoon here on this soggy and a very gray, overcast Houston afternoon. Rice Owls looking to make a little bit of history, trying to match won a season-high 5-game winning streak for a third time, but also a win today would match last year's win total, and a win today would match one of the better starts in the last, 3 decades? Since the 03-04 NIT season, where the Owls started 15-5. That's the Owls' record here, 15-5 on the season. And they are coming into this one inside conference at 6-3, 10-2 here in league play. Let's go over the starters for the UAB Blazers. The big storyline is in this game is that Jelly Walker, the dynamic ace in the hole, number 3 scorer in the nation, not playing for UAB, so we'll have to rely on some other folks. Ladarius Brewer is starting, 6'5", 190, redshirt senior from Meridian, Mississippi, 8 points, about 4 boards per game. Tavian Lovin, veteran from Franklin, Kentucky, 5 points, about 3 boards per game. He's gone off against the Owls in the past, although he's not having a great season this year. You heard from the last 2 interviews we did setting you up for the game. Eric Gaines is going to pick up a lot of the scoring load with walk-around. He is really good with the ball. From Lithonia, Georgia, LSU transfer, 13 points and almost 2 steals per game and averages 5 assists per game. Forward KJ Bumpin, senior from Gainesville, Georgia, Ole Miss transfer, 10 points, 7 boards a game in 27 minutes. And the big fellow, the veteran Trey Jemison, 6'11", 260, Clemson transfer from Birmingham, averages a team best 8 boards per game and 9 points, about 2 blocks. So it goes Jemison, Buffin, Gaines, Lovin, and Brewer for the UAB Blazers, and head coach Andy Kennedy, their number 2 all-time scorer. For your Rice Owls, nothing's changed here. Game 21, the same starting lineup for every game. It is going to be Makai Mason, freshman from Gilbert, Arizona, 10 points, 3 boards per game. Quincy Oliveri, 6'3", 200-pound junior from Westlake. Right now he's jumping near the bottom of the Old English Yard, doing some jumping checks, it looks like, to get warm. Travis Eby, 6'1", junior from Randolph, Mass. 16 points per game on the season, 17 points per game in league play. He has been the perfect Batman and Robin combo with Oliveri. Cameron Sheffield, 6'6", sophomore from Alpharetta, Georgia, Chattahoochee High School, about 8 points and 6 boards per game. And Max Feeder underneath, junior from Indianapolis, Florida, the big fella about to jump it against Jemison, averaging 11 points, 8 boards, and a conference best 5 assists, and leads the nation in field goal percentage at almost 80. It's going to be Feeder winning the jump. The Owls going with that retro look. A third time this season, the Owls wear that old, kind of the blend of the late 80s, early 90s motif. And at the top of the wheel, it is Feeder going back door, but the pass skips to Oliveri, but he keeps a hand on it. Up top, Quincy looking to pass right side, enters it down low to Feeder. 20 seconds into the game, still haven't had a shot. Now shoveling to Oliveri, flips it down a little high. Feather catches underneath, goes for the hook shot that's a little bit long, and Jimison clears it with the rebound. UAB has it their first possession of the ball game. 19-24 first half. Coming here to the near way is Eric Gaines. He one-arms it up top to Buffin, forwards it over to Brewer. Brewer lobs it in the post to Jimison, turns, Clemson transfer, looking to back down Feather, turns, Evie comes over there on help defense, swing around left side, Brewer teeing up a three, air ball long, and Feather gets it just before it goes out of bounds on the baseline. And each team 0 for 1 from the field. The Owls bringing it up. Oliveri after that double-double, 26 points and 10 rebounds, fourth double-double of his career. Hands to Feather, scoops it to Sheffield. First time Kim's had his hands on the ball. Right to Oliveri, going baseline on Gaines, jumps it out to Mason, straight on three. No, line drive miss, comes down, and the Owls get the offensive rebound. There is Sheffield, down to Evie. Goes up to Feather, bluffs a pass to the right, trying to hand off to Oliveri, but Ladarius Brewer making it really tough on those handoffs for Oliveri. Looks right side, let her high feed to Evie, dumps it down low. Feather going to work the left-handed shot, rolls around, and it just fell off the left side of the bucket as Jimison there to clear his second rebound. That ball curled around every inch of the rim. Almost 2 minutes in, it's still 0-0. Gaines looking down low to Jimison. Right side, blocked from behind by Feather. Feather got his hand on another one, but Jimison could not lay it in for the right side. Buffin cleans the glass on the back side of the left, and he put it up and in for his and the game's first deuce of the game. 17:55 first half as Evie brings it across near way. He hops a pass left side of the bearded Floridian. Feather palms the basketball with his left hand. Jimison defending him out wide. Goes to Mason. Euro step into the lane, and Buffin grabs him, holds on. And the foul is called. Our first foul of the game goes on Mr. Buffin. And that is the team first. 17:42 first half. Lid on the bucket for the Owls. They're still scoreless in this one. They've missed their first three shots, and UAB just 1 of 4. So trying to get things going here. UAB had a game Thursday night against La Tech at home. Corner right, Evie tries the three, bounces around the rim, and then falls off on the left side. And Eric Gaines, former LSU Tiger, grabs that rebound. So still stuck at 2-0. Rice and UAB. Gaines near way, jabs right, fakes left, but he brings it up top of the key and circles around all the way over to the right wing, down to a cutting Jimison, and knocked away by Mason out of bounds in that far corner. And our guy Dave, the security guard, former Texas Longhorn star player, he inbounds it in. 2-0. Yeah, Dave, fantastic story he was telling me a few weeks ago. It's not his first time with the Rock there. Former co-player of the year in the city of Los Angeles, one of our security guys. We got talent everywhere. Loban drives right into the chest of Oliveri. Can't get it on the laner. Batted around, and Evie gets it on the backside on the deflection. Owls bring it up ahead. Almost 3 minutes in. It's still 2-0 UAB. UAB likes to feature 1-3-1, half-court trap a lot. That's given a lot of teams some confusion. Mason up high, slings it right. Evie catch and shoot, but it's blocked by Gaines, kicked around, and Buffin controls it for the gold-cladded visiting Blazers. Euro step on Sheffield. He brings it down and rolls out of bounds. And Kevin Mathis has a foul, or he's just looking to the table. I think they're straightening out the shot clock. 16:48 first half. It'll still be UAB ball. Baseline left, Levin on the inbound. He'll trigger it. UAB has the gold unis, UAB in green, outlined in white. Inbound corner left, three is up and off by Brewer, and rebound ticked out by UAB. They're a great offensive rebounding team. Gaines tries it on the refire. He misses from the top of the arc, and the Owls have it. Still looking for their first bucket of the game. Rice has missed its first 5 shots, but UAB not much better. They've missed 6 of their first 7 shots. Evie high angle, looks up top. Goes to Fiedler, gives to Olivari. Deep three. No, sir. Hits off the back iron. Owls cold so far. They've missed their first 4 threes. 4 to the head, left sideline, knocked out of bounds by Mason. By the way, we've got Kevin Mathis, Craig Murley, and Chris Paxey are the Zebras in this one. UAB early substitution. Tony coming in. If I was really doing my prep, I would drop some 90s hip-hop knowledge on you. Tony, but it's as close as we get, Tony. But anyway, Tony comes in for Ladarius Brewer as they hoist up a 3 for the right side. That's Gaines, knocked in the triple. He's pretty good from deep, 38%, averages 13 points per game, He's a sophomore from LSU. Transfer, corner right. Mason drives in on Jemison, and he pins it against the glass. UAB has it. 5-0. They lead Rice. Loveman circles around on the right block with Sheffield watching him. Up to Jemison, out to Gaines. Gaines to his left, gallops and fades away to his left. And Mr. Paxi says foul on the floor. This will go against the Rice Owls. And UAB will have it after this. Sheffield picks up the Owls' first foul. 15:42 first half. UAB 5 and Rice nothing. This is Rice basketball from Learfield.
You've got a lot going on, so how do you find time to take care of you? At Houston Methodist, we work around your busy life. There's same-day primary care appointments, online scheduling to see our world-class specialists, access to all your records through MyChart, and video visits 24/7 if you need urgent care, bringing you Houston Methodist's expertise wherever, whenever you need it.
Visit HoustonMethodist.org to find the care you need at locations throughout Houston. Houston Methodist, leading medicine.
Have no post-game plans? You do now. Head down the street to Little Woodrow's in Rice Village and relax over indoor and outdoor games, sports, and drink specials that a college student can't refuse. All you have to do is bring your student ID to enjoy $2.50 domestic drafts. Also, don't miss out on our Thursday college nights as we've got $2 domestic drafts and $3 shot specials. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram to stay up to date on all of our upcoming events and specials. Little Woodrow's, the official Rice Owls game day headquarters.
Hey, it's JP here to tell you that, yes, there's more Rice Owls content out there for you to consume. Subscribe and download the official podcast of Rice Athletics, Rice Owls Insider. Rice Owls Insider provides a unique new look at a variety of head coaches, players, and other integral voices inside the Rice Athletics department. Plus, you can find archive coaches shows as well. For the best in Rice Owls content, subscribe to Rice Owls Insider, the official podcast of Rice Athletics. Available on Apple, Stitcher, and Spotify. Under 16 timeout, all UAB so far. Yeah, sort of. 5-0 in favor of the Blazers, but really just getting going. Owls will settle down once they get their first couple buckets to go in. I'd like to remind you that what we tried to start on Thursday night, we're doing tonight. You can watch the broadcast feed on the YouTube, on the Facebook, on the Twitter, on the Rice Athletics accounts, on each of those big three social media platforms. And we got you covered in a lot of ways. Also on the Varsity Network app, the Rice Owls Game Day app, and riceowls.com. No subs for the Owls. Looking for their first bucket. The first 7 shots have gone wide. UAB 2 of 8 from the field. And Owls have their same lineup still out there. Jemison out there still with Lovin, Tony, Gaines, and Buffin. So same 5 both ways. Buffin gets the inbound left of the lane line, fades to his right on Sheffield, leaves the shot short, and the errant shot picked away by Fiedler. You know, I know I'm looking at it with blue and gray contact lenses, but this is a great defensive start for Rice, too. You got to look at it from that perspective, too. Sometimes in these early Saturday games, the back-to-backs, it's a tough start for both teams. And UAB traveling yesterday, then a tough shooting start for them, too. Fiedler up top of the wheel on the big fella Jemison. Backdoor in traffic, clings off the chest of Oliveri, and a steal by UAB. And then they forwarded high ahead. About a 30-foot pass that's knocked out of bounds by the Owls on the baseline. And Craig Murley says, he's pointing down to the baseline, says, let's inbound it right here. 15-10 first half. UAB leading Rice 5-0. Up top it is Tony. Tony looking left, goes over to, that's Gaines, a running hook shot that is off to the left and kicked out by his teammate Lovin, trying to inbound that air ball. And to no avail, though. It goes in the Rice direction. So, yeah, UAB not exactly burning up the nets either. They are 2 of 10 from the field, 20%, but the Owls 0 of 7 thus far. Here is Evie up top, swaying to his right side, comes to a stop, flips it back left to Fiedler. Out to Mason, bobble the ball, goes back near the top right of that Old English Shar. He picks it up. Now to his left. Mason up to Fiedler. Couple of bounces, hands to Sheffield. Thought about the 3, drives on Buffin. Kratos to his left, high off the window and no good. And Jemison clears the rebound. Then he throws it back near half court, stolen by the Owls. Oliveri has it. And he circles, gives it to Evie, bracketed against that UAB bench. Evie lobs it down to Fiedler, and he gets grabbed by Jemison underneath. And Mr. Paxi says that is Jemison's first. And that is the second team foul for the UAB Blazers. 14-22 first half. UAB 5 and Rice nothing. Evie lobs it up top to Oliveri. Couple of squeaks. Got the defense of Lovin on him. Out to the elbow. Fiedler trying to go back door, but Jemison knocked it away. He stole it. Better outlet pass this time. Gets it right side to Gaines. He tried to float in, but Mason denied him as he was going up for his layup. That hit off of Gaines. Had insult to injury there as he bumped down. It rolled off his leg and out of bounds on the baseline. Now UAB hasn't scored in over 2 minutes. And now still looking for their first shot to go in. 14:07 first half. Fiedler out, Mason out, and Husainovich checks in along with Lewis. Sierra Lewis, 6'9" sophomore from Chicago. About 4 points in 7 minutes a game, and Husainovich checks in. That's 6 points in 16 minutes a game. And UAB bringing Ephraim Johnson in, and also looking down, they've got Ronji Gordon, a veteran from Montgomery, comes in. Left elbow. Here is Evie. Cradles it out to Sheffield. Drives left on Gaines, and he stops, and he gets hit down and falls down on his back. Kevin Mathis has that call, but Craig Murley relays it in. Foul on the floor against the UAB Blazers. And that is the first on Mr. Tony. 13:47 first half. UAB 5 and Rice nothing. Sounds like a third or fourth inning baseball score, but no, this is hoops, and I promise you there's usually more scoring than this 28-foot hash. Here is Evie, watched by Johnson, freshman from Huntsville, Alabama. To his right, Evie floats it right corner to Husainovich, and he stares low, looks, and Johnson grabbed a hold of Evie coming around the back of Husainovich on this near sideline, and a foul is called. Johnson's first. 13:31 first half. UAB's defense telling a lot of this story in this game so far. UAB out rebounding Rice 10-7 for what it's worth. They've got 3 offensive boards. Up high is Evie, staring right. Bearded Bostonian looking to break down the defense. Rises up for the 3. It's high off the window and no good as Gordon didn't close out on him, but the shot was very high. Other end, Gordon has a baseline left to the cutter. Buffin stops, goes up and finger roll on the left side, and Scott Pera wants a timeout. He is not pleased after that deuce for the Blazers. They lead 7-0. So we talked about this a few broadcasts ago. When you're using that use it or lose it timeout, anytime really before the last 2 minutes of regulation so far, you don't want to do that. And Buffin's got 7 points right now for the UAB. All 7 have come from Buffin. Thank you, Rohan. I knew you were trying to point something out there. As goes up to a UAB 7-0 advantage. Had Gaines for 1-3, but yeah, that was Buffin earlier. I wrote down on the wrong angle there. I should never doubt you, young Rohan. Ever. 13-11 first half. UAB and KJ Buffin 7 and Rice nothing. But Buffin, a guy that averages 10 points and 7 rebounds per game. Veteran for them. They've still got Gaines and Tony out there with Buffin, Gordon, and Ephraim Johnson still there too. Owls, same lineup as before the timeout. We've got Evie and Lewis alongside Sheffield, Husainovich, and Oliveri. Driving left, Evie had it stripped away from him. UAB the other direction. Here's Gaines shoveling back to the trailer. Johnson up to Gaines. As left to Tony, corner 3 is long. Rebounded in the right corner, and UAB great at that. And then it's thrown up top, stolen by Oliveri. Euro step to the right, goes in and lays it in. And finally, the Owls get their first bucket at the 12:37 mark. Quincy Oliveri puts the Owls on the board. 7-2 UAB. Now that defense you relied on to force UAB to 23% shooting, you can relax here, settle down a bit. As Buffin drives right all the way to the hole, sees part of it as he turned the corner on Husainovich to dunk it with 2 hands. Buffin having an outstanding first 8 minutes of this game. He's got all 9 UAB points. They're back up by 7, 9-2. Evie, right wing, stops, uses that dribble, goes up to Lewis, waits for Husainovich to come to him. Instead, he puts in the belly of Oliveri. Quincy to his left, harassed by Tony over there. Toss left in front of that UAB bench to Evie. Drives right, stops, pops. A mid-range free throw line jumper skitters off that iron, and the rebound picked away by Johnson of the Blazers. UAB coming into this one, they've lost 4 of the last 6 games. They're 1-4 on the road this year. 9-2, they lead Riceville. 11:32 first half. Gaines up high, waits for Gordon underneath. He catches it. It's kicked back up top. Driving Buffin, man of the hour so far. Shot off to the left side, and it is rebounded. And a foul on Rice, though. Kevin Mathis has that whistle. Scott Pera not so happy about that foul on Oliveri. We have a timeout on the floor. I believe we've got 2 shots coming up here, too. 9-2 in favor of UAB. 11:26 of this first half of action. This is Rice basketball from Learfield.
Howdy Homemade Ice Cream is here. Howdy is an ice cream shop in Katy, Texas that makes ice cream in-house and has a unique mission to employ individuals that are differently abled. Stop by and enjoy some ice cream. With every scoop you buy, you help support employment for special needs. Coming to Rice Athletics venues in the fall.
No one wants to fight the traffic to and from the stadium or arena. You don't have to when you go Win. Win Transportation. Enjoy the game, not fight the traffic. 5 people or 5,000. Win offers customizable group transportation with a wide range of motor coaches, minibuses, and vans, giving your trip an extra special touch. So when it's game time, remember, all you need is Win. Book at GoWin.com. GOWYNNE.com.
Another season of women's and men's college sports is underway. Follow your alma mater or favorite team in their pursuit of the prestigious Learfield Directors Cup at L Directors Cup on Twitter and online at thedirectorscup.com. Trophies will be awarded in June 2023 to the winning institutions in all competitive divisions. Learfield Directors Cup, the crowning achievement in college athletics.
Rice Owls basketball brought to us by Houston Methodist, the official healthcare provider for Rice Athletics. Visit HoustonMethodist.org. Houston Methodist, leading medicine. With Ashley back at the studio, Rohan helping me here courtside on JP Heath. With a slow start shooting for both teams, in case you're just catching the broadcast. UAB, 4 of 15 from the field. They're shooting 27%, and they're the hot shooting team compared to the Owls, 1 of 11 from the field starting. And the big key, one of those you might have heard from Scott Pera's pregame chat, they got to do good preventing their offensive rebounds. So they got 5 offensive rebounds, not a good pace, not even halfway through the first half. Still a ways to go. Johnson corner left for UAB. It was not a shooting foul coming in. It's underneath Jemison. He's back in the game, pivoting, raises up, and Feeder knocks it away, but it's kicked out. And Johnson has a 3 to shoot, 2 to shoot. Johnson, deep right wing, nails a dagger of a 3. That one hurt. That was more of a great late shot clock shot than it was bad defense. That was excellent defense by the Owls. Johnson hits just his 11th 3 there, but he's a 40% shooter. He doesn't shoot a lot, but he still makes a high percentage. 12-2 UAB. 10:46 first half. Sheffield hands high to Mason. Jabs left. Drives right on Johnson. Turns. Gets bent in the pivot and falls back. And I think he collided with that double nickel chest of Jemison. That's his jersey number. No, they call that on Gordon. Let's see who they get that one on. They call that on Johnson. Tough sometimes seeing how they signal to the far way, but they do get that call straightened out. That's the first call. Second foul on Johnson. And that's the 5th on UAB. Makai Mason at the line trying to get some ink in the scorebook. He does. Makai had struggled a little bit at the free throw line inside conference, 56%. And on the season, 60%. So Johnson and Gordon both check out. They bring Brewer and Buffin back in. Buffin, the high game scorer so far. Mason Conley hits both free throws. And UAB leading Rice 12-4. Rice shooting back that man-to-man defense. Gaines directing traffic. Gaines comes to his left, goes over to Lovin, snags it with one hand, and he brings the ball over towards that Rice bench area. Drives on Leaper, just checking in for the Owls. Fading, and Lovin can't snag it as it's rebounded by Sheffield for Rice. Middle of the floor, Evie up ahead, left wing. Evie looking left, going over to Leaper. Down low to Fiedler. Fiedler brings it up top, hands to Sheffield. Sheffield jabs, gives to Fiedler. Hot potato, right back to Cam. Tees up a three for the UAB bench. No, but Fiedler had his hands on the rebound, lost it, diving in the corner. Saved by the Blazers, and eventually on the other side of the lane, it's Gaines who picked it up. He accelerates right to left UAB. The Road Golds over halfway into this first half. UAB tripling up Rice 12-4. Jemison left side composed after an entry feed from Ladarius Brewer. It's laid up and in. Jemison started his college career at Clemson, and he has been a defensive force. Former Conference USA Defensive Player of the Year. Driving, hanging Mason. Missed a floater right in front of the rim, and Ladarius Brewer brings the rebound down. Former Southeastern Missouri guy and former East Tennessee State player as well. Jemison hitting his second straight bucket, fades from the right block, puts it up and in for his second bucket. All UAB 16-4, 9-10 first half. I probably don't have to remind you, but I will. That's kind of in the job description. The Owls have gotten down by numerous double-digit margins this year and come back to win, 6 to be precise. Free throw line, Fiedler hands to Mason, stumbles as he gets bumped by Tony, and he says, "What, me? Not me," but he commits his second foul. That's their second rotation player with 2 fouls in his first half. 8:57 first half, 16-4 in favor of the visiting guys from Birmingham. Muffin holding up his tattooed left arm, says, "Hey, let me in." He comes in for Tony. Just under the 9-minute mark. And Oliveri checked into the game for the blue and gray as Evie comes out. And that probably moves Mason to the point. Usually that's what happens when Mackay checks, or Evie checks out when Mackay's still in there. But also they run so much of the offense there through Fiedler. Owls have not had a field goal in almost 4 minutes. Mason right wing, gets downhill, zips it up top. Fiedler quick pass left corner. Oliveri catch and shoot, guarded. Three is good. Yes, sir. Thank you very much. Nothing but the bottom of the net. Oliveri hits it as the Owls trying to get some mojo going. Down 9, 16-7. 8:34 first half. Jemison left block. Throws it up top to Gaines. Gaines to his left. He's got partial, like a light neon sneaker there. He throws right side to Brewer. Brewer brings the ball low in traffic, flips it up with one hand, and it just careened across the net and down through the net. And Brewer hits his first bucket of the game. Young guy, his older brother, Ty Brewer, on the team, but he's not playing in this game today. Up top, Fiedler hands to Liefert. He goes downhill, driving right, fading to his right, and almost fell in, but it's off the left side of the rim, and the rebound cleared there by Brewer. Now Brewer has it back left wing, gives to Buffin, measures up a three in front of Sheffield. The shot short, and Liefert gets that rebound for your fighting Rice Owls. Here's Oliveri, lob ahead to the running Fiedler and knocked from behind by Gaines, and then picked away by Brewer. Brewer's been everywhere here for UAB. Rice trailing UAB 18-7, under 8 minutes, first half. Gaines sauntering into that right corner. Goes up top to Lovin, left side to Brewer, stares at the timer. There's 13 seconds to shoot. Close man-to-man defense from Liefert. Step back three, Brewer, and he hits it. Brewer's a guy that does not hit a lot of those. That's only his 6th three of the season. But he's got 5 points as the Owls offense started to get together a little bit. UAB started, they've hit a couple threes recently to go 21-7. Mason up top, left Oliveri, corner to Liefert for the three. No, barely skimmed the rim on the backside, and Buffin, game's leading scorer, picks up that rebound. He's got 9 points, and that was his 3rd rebound. Left side, Lovin enters it down low. Here's Buffin pivoting, and he lays it up and in on that left side. Kind of a 2-foot jump shot, not so much a layup, but he put it up and in front of Fiedler. And he's got 11 points now for the UAB Blazers. Oliveri up high to his right. Oliveri left to Fiedler on the block. Owls down 16 here. Left to Oliveri in the corner. Can't bank it in from that hard left angle. And UAB picks it away. This UAB team that traditionally in the past, and remember, they're the Conference USA Tournament champions last year. Their calling card has been defense. They've gotten back to that here today as a free throw line. Offensive foul by Brewer knocks down Sheffield, and he draws another charge. He's a team leader in that category. That's his 17th of the season. The rest of the team only has 11. 6:17, first half. 23-7, UAB leads. That foul goes on UAB's Brewer, his first. 23-7, UAB. This is Rice basketball from Learfield.
Owls fans, you may not think of yourself as an athlete, but everyday life is full of athletic feats. You bend, you reach, you lift, you twist until back, neck, or shoulder pain hits, which brings you to a stop. So whether you're an athlete or not, the Joint Chiropractic can help ease your pain and keep you on the active list. Visit any of our 40-plus Houston area locations or thejoint.com today to get your first consultation, exam, and adjustment for just $29. The Joint Chiropractic, the official chiropractor of Rice University Athletics.
The newly renovated Houston Marriott Medical Center Museum District is a proud new sponsor of Rice University Athletics. For visiting families and fans, the closest hotel to Rice University is delighted to offer preferred rates. Guests will enjoy 2 new restaurants, an indoor pool, a new exclusive M Club lounge, and complimentary shuttle service within 2 miles of the hotel. Visit Marriott.com to learn more.
Come experience the Scott Pera Show, live at Valencia's Tex-Mex Garage every Monday at 7 o'clock at the new Greenway location. Enjoy made-from-scratch recipes, giant margaritas, and weekend brunch featuring penny mimosas. Come by for happy hour Monday through Friday, and be sure to sign up for Valencia's Rewards to earn $5 for every $50 spent. Valencia's Tex-Mex Garage, from the original family behind Cyclone Anias, and home of the Scott Pera Show.
Rice Owls trailing the UAB Blazers. It's 23-7 UAB, 6:17 of this first half. Don't forget, the Scott Pera Show is at the new Valencia's Tex-Mex Garage, the Greenway location. Next show with Coach is coming up on Monday. Valencia's offers scratch-made recipes, penny mimosas, and jumbo margaritas. Hear it live on riceowls.com, the Owls Game Day app, and the Varsity Network app. And that will also be streamed on the Owls YouTube and Facebook pages and Twitter, like we're doing now, in case you did not hear us talking about it earlier. You can go to the Owls' big social media channels there, and we've got you covered a lot of ways. The audio side only, riceowls.com, Varsity Network app. Slew of substitutions. The Owls have Evie back in, Kusinovich, and also Lewis in for the Blue and Gray. And Oliveri stayed out there for the Scholars, and Mason stayed out there for the Blue and Gray. He retrieves a bounce pass on the left wing. Rice trailing big, 23-7, right at 6 minutes to go. Oliveri, three-point stance, middle of the floor, outside the three-point arc, left to Mason. Mason, step back three, left wing, it's good. Yes, sir, thank you very much. Makai Mason knocks down his 23rd three of the season, his 11th inside league play. That was mammoth. Rarely do you say, oh, a bucket getting you within 13 isn't big. No, sir, or no, ma'am. That was huge. Back door, Buffin over to Brewer, catches right block and turns and banks it in. 25-10 UAB. Yeah, the only problem is when the Owls have gotten those rare buckets early on in this game, UAB has responded. They're relentless, now turning up their half-court pressure as Buffin and Gaines trap Mason, and Buffin swipes down, picks the ball from Mason, but then Mason returns the favor underneath the bucket. He's stolen away. Goes to Evie, accelerates left side, bucket to our right, and that's punched from behind. It's like a ping pong match right now. Brewer on the drive for UAB, fakes a pass, and then going up to the scoop is missed. Buffin can't get the follow, but Lewis there on the box out. Owls have it, retreating back on offense now, 25-10. Evie right side, Swain going to his left, drives by Gordon, high off the window, but the ball falls down just in front of the rim. It did not catch iron, and UAB has it. 4:44 first half. Gordon has it. He's out there with Brewer, Gaines, addition to Buffin. And Levin is the fifth of that quintet. Wing right, Brewer, check that. Buffin goes back to Brewer, catches on the block, and underneath, Mr. Merlin blocked me for a second, but I can deduce that Ronji Gordon picked it up and hit that bucket on the left side. 27-10, UAB now. They lead Rice. UAB is starting to get its pace going. They're 43% from the field as the Owls lose it on that left side. Oliveri fumbled it away on the right block. Mason Jones coming in for the Owls, playing his 11th game of the year as Evie checks out. Kusinovich, a little pressure in the backcourt, but UAB will inbound it with ease. Gaines walked it up. Case of just popping in. UAB without the services of the third leading scorer in the nation, Jordan Walker, missing his fifth straight game. He didn't even come on the trip. Up top to Brewer. Brewer, step back three. Long two is good. Heels are on the three-point line as that was up and good by UAB. Puts them up 29-10 as Brewer on the assist from Buffin. Brewer's got 9 points now. Wing right, Jones into the corner. Oliveri steps up long, high arcing mid-range. J is off, but he follows his missing. Has it at the free-throw line. After Husinovich. Pump fake. Right to Lewis. Fade to the right hand. That's an air ball long. Kicked around, and Mason Jones could not get the rebound for the blue and gray. Coming ahead. Hey, Gaines, UAB, slowing it down a bit here. This meeting, the 22nd all-time meeting. UAB has dominated the series. They led 18-3 in this series before this game today. Brewer, block left, bouncing it now, middle of the paint. Lovin catches, and he is fouled. Kevin Mathis saying that goes against Husinovich. That was on the floor, so UAB has it when we return. 3:06 first half. UAB 29 and Rice 10. This is Rice basketball from Learfield.
What if your preferred hospital could also be your primary care provider? At Houston Methodist, we go beyond hospital care, offering you everything from flu shots to well-woman exams to managing your weight and cholesterol. And our primary care doctors and specialists are connected all across the city. So whatever the need, wherever you live, we can be there for you.
Visit HoustonMethodist.org to find the care you need at locations throughout Houston. Houston Methodist, leading medicine.
The lights, the sounds, the cameras, the electricity. If you can feel it, hear it, see it, chances are an IBEW electrician built it. The members of the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers Local 716 built the things that make Rice University and Houston great. When your next construction project needs to be on time and on budget, hire the electricians that light up Rice University. Learn more at IBEW716.net.
Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment. 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yingling, the official beer partner of Rice Athletics, and now available for purchase everywhere in Texas. The Yingling Company, Fort Worth, Texas. Please enjoy responsibly.
Rice trailing UAB 29-10, 3:06 of this first half. And women's action over in Birmingham. It's Rice 61 and UAB 57. That's in the final minute. The Rice women looking for another dub inside CUSA action. Ashley Gentry will have a full update coming up at the IBEW Local 716 halftime show. UAB ball after that foul by Husinovich going in the break. Lovin the trigger man goes in the right corner. Feather also back in the game. He came in for Lewis, by the way, as it's floated up and in by Brewer. I tell you, Brewer's had a good game. His season high is 15, and he's got 11 first-half points on 5 of 7 shooting. Al's down 21, wing right. Oliveri's three is up, and that twirls out, no good. One and done for the blue and gray. Rice, Mason Jones with the defense out front on Gaines. Back right side, Brewer. Brewer into the right corner. Brewer takes it up. High post on Mason. Line tried, miss. No Buffin there. But then Jones picked it away for Rice. Good steal by the blue and gray. Jones with it. Coming ahead, left side. He tosses up top. Tries to go back door. Jones trying to get it to Husinovich, but taken away and stolen by the Blazers. That's the 8th turnover for Rice in this first half of action. Al's on the season averaging 14. UAB on the season forces 15 turnovers a game in conference. And on the season, driving right is Gaines, and he carried the basketball. Got that palm under it. Craig Murley whistling that turnover. Meanwhile, UAB turns it over for a 5th time. They dominate on the glass. They've got 24 rebounds. Rice has 12. And 7 of their 24 rebounds have been on the offensive side. Rice shooting just 14%, 3 of 23 from the field. But Jones out there with Mason and Oliveri, Husinovich, and Fiedler. 1:52 to go. 31-10, all UAB first half. Oliveri up high to Jones. Check that Mason. Mason dribbles left, lost the basketball. Their ninth turnover, but then Jones steals it right back. He just snatched that as Gaines is sprinting by. Down to Fever. Thumping hard with two hands, young fella. David Floridian gets some ink in the book. And the Owls up to 12 points. Owls season low for points in a half was actually 22 against North American. Against the D1 school, also 22. So here they've got 12. This will probably be their lowest scoring first half. In the middle of the paint, Tony lost it. And Jimison was trying a little bounce pass, but taken away by Rice. Other way, Oliveri cradling, wraparound Fever underneath at the sneakers of Fever and knocked away and stolen again. Lovin, great defensive player in his career. Owls their sixth turnover the last 5 minutes. Last minute of this first half. All UAB 31-12. UAB, though, still hasn't scored about 2 minutes. They've also been pretty friendly. They've turned it over 4 times the last 2 minutes themselves. Lovin left of the ring, throws it in the paint. Buffin catches and looked like he was hopping on a pony right at Oliveri saying, hey, where's the foul? But Buffin put it up and through. He's got 11. His season high is 25. Corner left, Husinovich, catch and shoot. Buries the triple. Maybe that'll give the Owls some offensive mojo going into the half if you believe in such a thing. But right now you're looking at any type of possible thing to grab onto. The Owls are down 18, though, 33-15. Rocking and swaying Gaines. The shot clock should not be on right now, but there's 13 seconds left in this first half. Gaines a few feet inside the half-court line, middle of the floor. Jones comes out to pressure and reaches in and fouls. That's a good foul. That's a intentional, unintentional, I think as we call it, or if you want to flip it, unintentional, intentional. But Liepert checking in for Rice as you want to take UAB out of its momentum there with 6.5 left in this first half. And Andy Kennedy calls his use it or lose it timeout going into the break. 6.5 seconds left. And young Ashley will have you covered on the top 25 and some of the regional action and around Conference USA. We haven't checked that scoreboard just yet. We got a game here to worry about, but this is the first game going across league action today. The next one to tip here, next half hour or so. The Owls' next opponent, Louisiana Tech, is at the Convocation Center. They're playing at UTSA. And then Western Kentucky is at 21st-ranked FAU. That's also a 3 o'clock start time. Later on this afternoon, North Texas home to UTEP at the Super Pit. And Middle Tennessee is way down in Miami against FIU. Yeah, the Owls coming up Thursday. We'll have the broadcast, of course, from Ruston. Going to try to hook up this in the press row view as well, like we did those football games. But here, Rice and La Tech coming up on now Mr. Passy and Mr. Matthews. They straight down the clock. They said, yes, indeed, 6.5 seconds left. Here comes for the Owls. Check that. UAB with the Gaines to his right. 2 to shoot, 1 to shoot. Cocks it back for a dunk. It missed at the buzzer, and he's mad at himself for missing that one. But, oh, that would have been one that they talk about for decades because he's mad at himself. But in an 18-point lead, you can afford to do something like that. That was a talented play nonetheless. All right, there's some work to do. UAB 33 and Rice 15. Stay tuned. Ashley will have you covered on the halftime festivities coming up next. Rice trailing UAB 33-15. This is Rice basketball from their field.
Have no post-game plans? You do now. Head down the street to Little Woodrow's in Rice Village and relax over indoor and outdoor games, sports, and drink specials that a college student can't refuse. All you have to do is bring your student ID to enjoy $2.50 domestic drafts. Also, don't miss out on our Thursday college nights as we've got $2 domestic drafts and $3 shot specials. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram to stay up to date on all of our upcoming events and specials. Little Woodrow's, the official Rice Owls game day headquarters.
The newly renovated Houston Marriott Medical Center Museum District is a proud new sponsor of Rice University Athletics. For visiting families and fans, the closest hotel to Rice University is delighted to offer preferred rates. Guests will enjoy 2 new restaurants, an indoor pool, a new exclusive M Club lounge, and complimentary shuttle service within 2 miles of the hotel. Visit Marriott.com to learn more.
Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment. 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yingling, the official beer partner of Rice Athletics, and now available for purchase everywhere in Texas. The Yingling Company, Fort Worth, Texas. Please enjoy responsibly.
Your one-stop for all college sports is the Varsity app and the brand new Varsity Network website, thevarsitynetwork.com. Keep up with your favorite teams and the rest of college sports, no matter where you are, with thevarsitynetwork.com. Live and on-demand broadcasts, your favorite college-centric podcasts, with stories and video around college sports and your favorite teams. Be sure to download the Varsity app and check out the brand new Varsity Network website, thevarsitynetwork.com.
On the Rice Sports Network from Learfield, welcome to the Owls Halftime Report. Coming up, we'll have a first half recap and a check of scores from around the conference. The Owls Halftime Report is brought to you by Houston Methodist, leading medicine, and by IBEW Local Union 716, where passion plus skill locks arms with value.
Good afternoon, Rice fans. Welcome to your halftime scoreboard update with me, Ashley Gentry, here with scores and updates around Conference USA. Rice on home court today taking on the UAB Blazers. Owls trailing UAB 33-15 at the half. Owls coming into this one riding a 4-game hot streak. Blazers 2 out of 3 of their last 5. Coming up at 3, number 21 FAU hosting Western Kentucky. Hilltoppers really struggling as of late with 4 consecutive losses coming in to the tip-off today against the red-hot FAU Owls. Another 3 o'clock tip-off this afternoon with UTSA on home court against La Tech. Roadrunners 7-15 on the season, 7-7 at home, and dead last in CUSA at 1-10 in league play. Bulldogs currently in 8th at 4-6. Later this evening, UTEP visiting North Texas at 5 o'clock over in the Super Pit. The Mean Green coming off a 63-59 win over UTSA. Miners had a hard-fought 67-59 loss to FAU. North Texas sitting in second place, just above your Rice Owls, who sit in third. And tonight at 6, Middle Tennessee on the road against FIU. Blue Raiders 6-4 inside CUSA. Panthers the reverse at 4-6. UTEP falling to FAU 85-67 2 nights ago, looking for a win tonight to make their way to 500. MTSU in 4th inside CUSA, just below Rice. That is it for Conference USA. Let's take a quick look at your Rice women's basketball team, who took on UAB this afternoon as the visitors. They get the win over the Blazers. That one just wrapping up 67-57 for another win inside CUSA. You can listen to all of Rice men's and women's basketball podcasts on the Rice Sports app, the Varsity Network app, and riceowls.com. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back to take a look at some out-of-town scores over in the top 25. After this, UAB 33, Rice 15 at the half. You're listening to Rice men's basketball from Learfield.
Strategic Wealth Designers are proud to be a partner of Rice Athletics. What an honor to be working together. When you're ready to discuss your financial future, call the team the Owls trust. We look forward to creating your winning strategy for retirement. Visit us at swdgroup.com today and go Owls.
Howdy Homemade Ice Cream is here. Howdy is an ice cream shop in Katy, Texas that makes ice cream in-house and has a unique mission to employ individuals that are differently abled. Stop by and enjoy some ice cream. With every scoop you buy, you help support employment for special needs. Coming to Rice Athletics venues in the fall.
Come experience the Scott Pera Show, live at Valencia's Tex-Mex Garage every Monday at 7 o'clock at the new Greenway location. Enjoy made-from-scratch recipes, giant margaritas, and weekend brunch featuring penny mimosas. Come by for happy hour Monday through Friday, and be sure to sign up for Valencia's Rewards to earn $5 for every $50 spent. Valencia's Tex-Mex Garage, from the original family behind Cyclone Anaya's, and home of the Scott Pera Show.
A college basketball podcast for fans, by fans. Hey, this is Stephen Hartzell, host of College Sports Now. Join us throughout the season when we talk hoops with some of the biggest names in the game. Coaches, writers, players. We'll go coast to coast. We'll give you some of the best college basketball content as only we can on CSN. Follow along on Twitter at CSNowTweets. And don't forget, you can subscribe to College Sports Now wherever you get your podcasts.
Welcome back inside the Learfield Network studios with me, Ashley Gentry, with some out-of-town scores and updates over in the top 25. Back in Tudor Fieldhouse, Rice trails UAB 33-15 at the half. Earlier today, number 7 Virginia gets the win, 76-57 on home court. UAB now 16-3, BC 10-12. Number 15 Auburn on the road and fall to West Virginia 80-77, a tight one from start to finish, but the Mountaineers grabbed the win. Back-to-back losses for the Tigers. And number 13 Xavier taking the L 84-67 to Creighton. That is 4 in a row now for the Blue Jays. Musketeers still holding the top spot in the Big East with a record of 9-2. Creighton now 7-3 in fourth. A few tips still underway with number 2 Alabama trailing Oklahoma 75-53, hitting the under 10 in the second. Number 12 Iowa State chasing Missouri 69-52, also getting late, about under 8 there. And number 16 Marquette and DePaul in the final minutes with an 82-64 Marquette lead. And number 3 Houston on home court today taking on Cincinnati. Cougars trail 60-49 about midway through the second half. Houston first over in the American Conference and have won 10 of their last 11. That will do it from me. Rice trails UAB 33-15 at the half. We'll take it back to JP inside Tudor Fieldhouse after this for some first half stats and get you set for the second. You're listening to Rice men's basketball from Learfield.
North Star Pressure Washing, the only power washing company you will ever need for all your commercial and residential properties. Serving Houston and the surrounding areas for over 10 years, and now a proud sponsor for Rice University sports programs. Call us today for a free quote at 281-989-9244, because at North Star Pressure Washing, we never forget that your image is our business.
With MyFit Foods, meal planning isn't hard. We've got options on options for ready-to-eat meals. It's no secret why MyFit Foods is the best choice for meal prep. We have the best products, price point, and people dedicated to serving you. Stop by our store, only a mile down the road from Rice University, and fuel your body the Rice way today. MyFit Foods. Give a fit.
Hey, it's JP here to tell you that, yes, there's more Rice Owls content out there for you to consume. Subscribe and download the official podcast of Rice Athletics, Rice Owls Insider. Rice Owls Insider provides a unique new look at a variety of head coaches, players, and other integral voices inside the Rice Athletics department. Plus, you can find archived coaches shows as well. For the best in Rice Owls content, subscribe to Rice Owls Insider, the official podcast of Rice Athletics. Available on Apple, Stitcher, and Spotify.
The true teammate takes on every day with a winner's attitude, gets up when they fall down, and leaves it all on the field. There's a group of teammates who do all these things every single day. But they're more than your typical athlete. They're kids dealing with life-altering diagnoses. Team Impact pairs these kids with college athletic teams as part of a 2-year program, getting them off the sideline and into the game. The collegiate student-athletes gain a new teammate, a new friend, and a new perspective. For more information, visit teamimpact.org. Team Impact. All in, all together.
The
This copyrighted broadcast is an exclusive presentation of Learfield IMG College under the broadcasting rights granted by Rice University. Reuse of this presentation is prohibited without the express written consent of Rice University and Learfield IMG College. Announcers are provided by Learfield IMG College and approved by Rice University.
It is all UAB at the break, 33-15. But you know me, I'm a positive guy. The Owls have 9 wins this year when tied or trailing at the break. That's 3 more wins than they have when leading at the half. So, like with everything, hope is not lost here. UAB playing without its leading scorer, Jelly Walker, but KJ Bumpkin's made up with 13 first-half points. He averages 10 on the season, so he's made up for that. Ladarius Brewer, 11 points in that first half for the Blazers. And Brewer on the season averages 8. So Brewer and Bumpkin have both really stepped up. And don't forget, Javion Davis is out, the Alabama-Mississippi State transfer. And also Ty Brewer, older brother of Ladarius, he is also out. So UAB has found a way to step up and play some good defense. They've held Rice to 21% first-half shooting. Owls only 3 of 12 on their threes. And UAB rebounding Rice 24-13 at the break. Blazers 3 of 8 on their threes. UAB with 7 offensive rebounds that have led to 5 second-chance points. But UAB has dominated in the paint at 18-4 advantage points in the paint. And Rice turning it over 10 times has turned it to 7 UAB points in that first half. Second half coming up next, 33-15. UAB all over Rice here at the break. This is Rice basketball from Learfield.
Rice teams and traditions are legendary. Our team as strategic wealth designers are proud to be a partner of Rice Athletics. What an honor to be working together. When you're ready to discuss your financial future, call the team the Owls Trust. We look forward to creating your winning strategy for retirement. Visit us at swdgroup.com today. And go Owls!
With MyFit Foods, meal planning isn't hard. We've got options on options for ready-to-eat meals. It's no secret why MyFit Foods is the best choice for meal prep. We have the best products, price point, and people dedicated to serving you. Stop by our store, only a mile down the road from Rice University, and fuel your body the Rice way today. MyFit Foods. Give a fit.
North Star Pressure Washing, the only power washing company you will ever need for all your commercial and residential properties. Serving Houston and the surrounding areas for over 10 years, and now a proud sponsor for Rice University sports programs. Call us today for a free quote at 281-989-9244, because at North Star Pressure Washing, we never forget that your image is our business.
Another season of women's and men's college sports is underway. Follow your alma mater or favorite team in their pursuit of the prestigious Learfield Directors Cup at L Directors Cup on Twitter and online at thedirectorscup.com. Trophies will be awarded in June 2023 to the winning institutions in all competitive divisions. Learfield Directors Cup, the crowning achievement in college athletics.
Rice Owls trailing the UAB Blazers 33-15 at the break. There's some good news in here somewhere. I mentioned earlier, all hope is not lost. The Owls' largest halftime deficit of the season. They were down 17 against Houston Christian. That was a couple months back. And they came back and won that game against the Huskies as well. That was a 41-24 halftime deficit. In this game, Rice trails 33-15. This is the fewest points the Owls have scored in any half this year, first half or second. And they trail by 18 against the UAB Blazers. And with that second half, Owls have their same starting 5 of Makai Mason, Travis Evie, Quincy Oliveri, Max Fiedler, and Cam Sheffield. And UAB still has the services of Lovin, who's about to inbound it, Ladarius Brewer, Eric Gaines, KJ Buffin, and Trey Jimison also out there. Yeah, looking at Gaines. Gaines hasn't scored. He's their leading scorer with their third leading scorer in the nation. Jelly Walker out. Eric Gaines, no points, 0-4 shooting, but Benedino handling the basketball. He's got 6 rebounds and a couple of assists. UAB ball to start the second half, leading Rice by 18. So Gaines to his right, alley-oop underneath, catching Jimison, goes up, he's stuffed at the rim, comes back down on Fiedler, and he's fouled right underneath the basket. And Craig Murley has that one on Fiedler. Al's first team foul of the second half, his first as well. So on the shot, so Jimison at the line, only a 62% free throw shooter. As a team, pretty good free throw shooting outfit, these Blazers, 73%. 70% in league play. Jimison shooting with the Rice basketball band right behind it, and he misses the first. Good Saturday student section crowd here. And good Saturday crowd all around us. Folks are surrounding us, behind us, to our left, and up high. Jimison, line drive make on that second one. Yeah, has 5 points now. 34-15. They're up by 19. Their largest lead in that first half was 21 in the final minute. Here's Mason coming your way, and that 1-3-1 half-court offering. Swung around to the right side to Fiedler, lobbed up top to Evie, swings it left to Mason, the old school Rice jerseys, dumps it to Fiedler, bounces right, lays it in with the left hand. There's a way around that trap. It's quick ball movement, and finding it, it's always at that free throw line, and that started with that good pass down to Fiedler. UAB still doubling up Rice, 34-17. Here's Lovin, top of the wheel, zips it right, let her high feed to Gaines, fires it up and in. There's two sides of a coin. I told you that story about Rice trailing by a lot. Well, Gaines can get it going in a hurry, too, and that's his first bucket of the game. Driving left, Mason in the corner to Sheffield, back out to Mason. One arms it up top to Fiedler. He's left to Sheffield, catch and shoot. His three is good. That's his first ink in the book. And the three will also get you back in it as well. I probably don't have to tell you that. Al's had such a strong shooting second half. They really flipped that script against Charlotte. Owls in that first half were 3 of 15. They hit 5 of their 8 second half threes, and let's hope for more of that. Corner left, UAB looking to respond. It's bricked by Brewer, but Jimison lumbers up and picks up the offensive rebound for the Blazers. Down low, Lovin. He recycles, gives it up to Brewer, and now to Gaines near the timeline. He tugs on his right ear for the play call. I don't think it's itching. That was the play call. He goes left to Lovin, back right to Gaines. Ball fakes Oliveri, zigzags to the free throw line and floats it up from the logo, but it's off. One-on rebound by Buffin. They calling him over the back or Evie underneath. What do you have here, Mr. Passy? And it goes against young Travis Evie, his first. 37-20, UAB leads Rice. 17:56 to go in this ball game. Rice looking to match the best start since the 03-04 team started 15-5. Buffin block right, misses a bunny. Lovin gave him a perfect feed there when Fiedler was a few steps away, but he couldn't hit it. Owls have it the other direction. They trail by 17. Here's Evie right side. Lobs a pass high to Fiedler off his fingertips, but he retrieves. Rumbles up near the three-point line. Hands to Sheffield. Got knocked back in his face. Back up to Evie for a deep three. No. High rebound by Buffin. Stuck up those heavily tattooed arms and snagged away the board. That is his 8th. Jimison has a high 9. Underneath, Buffin goes to Jimison. Oh, foul. Max is going to be called for that, but he is hot. Max thought he was all ball, but that's the second foul on him. And that's the team third already in this second half. Both of Fiedler's fouls have come in this second half. Jimison at the line, flicks it up, and it is good. He just stood up there. One more coming up for the big fella. From Birmingham, went to Hoover High, north of town. And he Started his college career at Clemson and transferred. Line drive miss. Al save it into Fiedler. Gets it to Oliveri. Quincy scored 5 in that first half. Oliveri to the hoop. Lays it off the window. No, off the front of the rim. Jimison there to defend. Driving up ahead is Lovin. To his left, goes in the corner to Bumpin. Outside to Brewer for the three. It's good. Brewer's second three of the game. He came in with 5 threes, and he's knocked down 2 here. He actually had 4 threes in a game. 4 of his 5 threes coming in win one game. He just hadn't had a lot of opportunities. He's got those today. Fiedler free throw line out to Sheffield, right wing. He drains a triple. His second of the half and the game. But again, I keep beating a dead horse. You don't like that. Every time Rice is hitting a big bucket in this game, UAB has responded rather quickly. Up top, Brewer goes over to Gaines. Gaines lobs it in the left corner. It is Brewer. Brewer goes left of the lane and line drive shot long. Sheffield gets the rebound, whips the outlet pass far away. Al's right to left in the home white. Oliveri charging ahead. Rolls it in. Up in. He wanted a foul. Great job by Quincy. He is dead set getting to the rim in this second half. Daddy's proud, sitting behind the scores table the other way. I can see it. 41-25, 16-point game. Bumpin to his right. Comes underneath, blocked by Fiedler. All right, they didn't respond after that last make. Fiedler running the break. Fakes the handoff up high. Fiedler holding it, tosses to Sheffield. Heat check for 3. Curlicue off the rim, no good. Rebound in traffic gains for UAB. They go left to right in their road gold here. 15-20 to go. They're definitely content taking as much time off each shot clock. Right as I said, that Gaines tees up a triple, back iron the 3, and Sheffield the rebound. Cam surges ahead, top of the yard. Now to Evie. Travis scoreless in that first half, looking in that now. 3, top of the key. Barely skims the front of the rim and goes out of bounds and leads to a UAB possession after this break. Blazers 41, Owls 25, exactly 5 minutes into the second half. Back in a bit. This is Rice basketball from Nearfield.
Houston, we have a cocktail. All Hands Canned Cocktails are made with 6 times distilled crab vodka at a 10% ABV to ensure you never have to sacrifice the quality of your provisions. Now available in 6 natural flavors, including raspberry lemonade, ruby red grapefruit, cherry limeade, cranberry and vodka soda, and vodka tonic classic. Follow the adventure on Instagram at @DrinkAllHands and try these bar-strength cocktails for yourself for the next game. All Hands, damn fine cocktails. Proud sponsor of Rice Athletics.
A college basketball podcast for fans, by fans. Hey, this is Stephen Hartzell, host of College Sports Now. Join us throughout the season when we talk hoops with some of the biggest names in the game. Coaches, writers, players. We'll go coast to coast. We'll give you some of the best college basketball content as only we can on CSN. Follow along on Twitter @CSNowTweets. And don't forget, you can subscribe to College Sports Now wherever you get your podcasts.
The lights, the sounds, the cameras, the electricity. If you can feel it, hear it, see it, chances are an IBEW electrician built it. The members of the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers Local 716 built the things that make Rice University and Houston great. When your next construction project needs to be on time and on budget, it's time to hire IBEW electricians. Learn more at IBEW716.net.
UAB 41 and Rice 25. 5 minutes into this second half. It's been all Blazers in this game. Al's trying to get it going in this second half as they've hit 4 of their 8 shots and 2 of their 5 threes, both from Sheffield. But Rice trailed by 18 at the half. They're down by 16 now. You need more than making up 2 points every 5 minutes, says Captain Obvious here. But Owls have won 4 games in a row. They're 15-5 on the season and 6-3 in league play. Owls trying to match their season high 5-game winning streak. They've done that 2 other times. Rice won 5 games after the Middle Tennessee game early, and then after the Texas loss, Rice won 5 games before losing to Louisiana Tech in overtime here at home. Anyway, UAB ball bringing it up. They have it left to right. leading Rice big, 41-25. Free throw line, Buffin stares down Fiedler and hits a 14-foot uncontested jumper there. KJ Buffin, his first bucket of this second half. He's got 15 points. That's a game-high score. Buffin has a season high of 25. Not there yet. Driving Mason off, but tip in for Fiedler. Great job there by Max on the offensive glass. UAB's dominated the offensive glass in this game. That was the Owls' second offensive rebound. UAB's got 11 of those. Here comes Gaines to the right. Thought about the shot. Zips a waist-high feed right in that shooting pocket of Buffin, and he fires the three up and in. We don't talk about that a lot. Getting deep into some of the basketball terminology there, but Gaines put that right where Buffin didn't have to move much to shoot it. He knocked down his second three, and the Owls turn it over on the other end. Now Gaines alley-ooping, but it's a little bit too long for Love, and he couldn't dunk it with the left hand on the run. Owls right to left. Here is Oliveri right to Sheffield. Bottom, right in front of Coach Para. He extends his fist high towards the scoreboard, saying, "Thank you, young man." He's 3 of 5 on his triples. That makes me remember a story Cam told a few weeks ago on Coach Para's show. The first time Coach Para saw Sheffield play, he scored like 38 points in high school, hit like 8 threes, and Coach Para said, "Hey, he might have some here." Right side Gaines, drives on Mason. Hit as it goes to the rack, and his shot is wide, but no foul. Mason the rebound for Rice. They're down 16. Mackay, chest pass left side. Oliveri drives on Buffin, leaves it back to Fiedler. One dribble, turnaround, one-hander is off the mark. Jemison inhales that rebound for the UAB Blazers. They have held Rice to 31% shooting in this game. UAB not exactly setting any records, 40%. But both teams have hit 6 threes, but Rice has attempted 5 more shots. Free throw line, Brewer of UAB rises and knocks it down for 15. And that's the thing about UAB, too. They've always been a really good mid-range shooting team. That's lost art in this game, in this age. Fiedler, free throw line, Rice down 18. Bowling ball, backdoor feed out to Mason. Goes court to Oliveri for the 3. Yes, sir. Oliveri, thank you very much. He's got 10. But again, UAB, a veteran composed team, reigning Conference USA Tournament champions, as Andy Kennedy on cue says, "Hey, settle down here. Let's run our stuff." They have responded almost every time Rice has hit a big shot in this one. 12:05 to go. UAB by 15. Gaines spins a pass down to Buffin. Block right extended. Sheffield cuts off that baseline alley, and Buffin brings it out to the right wing. Goes underneath. Charges into Sheffield, and a charge is called. Late whistle, but Mr. Passy has that second charge drawn of the game on Sheffield. We go to the break. Owls ball when we come back. 11:56, second half. UAB 48, Rice 33. This is Rice basketball from Learfield.
You've got a lot going on, so how do you find time to take care of you? At Houston Methodist, we work around your busy life. There's same-day primary care appointments, online scheduling to see our world-class specialists, access to all your records through MyChart, and video visits 24/7 if you need urgent care, bringing you Houston Methodist's expertise wherever, whenever you need it.
Visit HoustonMethodist.org to find the care you need at locations throughout Houston. Houston Methodist, leading medicine.
Come experience the Scott Puro Show, live at Valencia's Tex-Mex Garage every Monday at 7 o'clock at the new Greenway location. Enjoy made-from-scratch recipes, giant margaritas, and weekend brunch featuring penny mimosas. Come by for happy hour Monday through Friday. And be sure to sign up for Valencia's Rewards to earn $5 for every $50 spent. Valencia's Tex-Mex Garage, from the original family behind Cyclone Anias, and home of the Scott Puro Show.
College sports fans now have access to hundreds of weekly podcasts that zero in on the college sports world. Now available in the Varsity Podcast Network and part of the new Varsity app. The app is free and available from wherever you get your favorite apps. Download the Varsity app today to have access to hundreds of national podcasts as well as your favorite team-focused podcasts. The Varsity Podcast Network, now available for free on the Varsity app. Download from the App Store and listen today.
Rice Owls trailing the UAB Blazers 48-33. A tough game all around for the Owls. Shooting-wise, they're down to 32% shooting. Owls have not led in this game. UAB was up as much as 21 in that first half. Owls paced in scoring by Quincy Oliveri. He's got 10 points, only guy in double figures. Led in rebounding by Max Fiedler. Got 5 boards, 4 assists, and 6 points. Sheffield, all 3 of his threes in this second half. UAB paced by Buffin. He's got 18, 2 of 3 threes. Brewer's got 16. And he's knocked down a couple threes as well. This is a UAB team. They shoot 35% from 3 on the season. 11:56 second half. Owls, Siri Lewis checks in for Max Fiedler. Mason Oliverio remain out there with Evie and Sheffield, the latter two who bring it up. Gordon's out there. He came in for Lovin. And Jimison checks out, but Tony comes in. Up top, Mason slides right. 3 is up, and 3 rims right off the mark. Sheffield can't slap down the offensive board, controlled by Gordon of UAB, and they walk it up. Gaines adjusting his shorts as he picks up the basketball across the timeline. 11:34 to go, 48-33. UAB the lead by 15. Gaines rim drive there all the way to the rack, and Craig Murley signaling that he got knocked in the noggin there. And I believe he'd be correct as Gaines kind of shaking off the cobwebs. He's taking a long walk almost back to the half-court line as he adjusts. And foul was on the Owls at Sheffield. I believe that's his second of the game. Yes, indeed. 2 shots coming up for Gaines. Free throw is up and true. And hits his first points of the game. Guy that averages 13. He's their leading scorer with Jelly Walker out there. Gaines has had some really good games recently, but struggled here. Missed, I guess he did have that other bucket over there. I shorted him. He makes both those free throws, but 1 of 9 shooting and 5 points. Owls have done their job on him, but Buffin's picked up with 18, and Brewer's got 16. Wing right, Lewis for Rice. A whistle comes from Kevin Mathis on the baseline, pointing down to UAB reaching in, and that is the first on Gaines. 11:21 second half. UAB at half 100. They lead Rice 50-33. Mesa will inbound near the Owls bench. Gaines checking with Mr. Passy, the second umpire in this one, who seems to be going on a longer than usual tutorial on how to guard an inbound. Hands the ball to Mason, and we're ready to go. Mackay lobs it right side, and good hustle by Brewer knocks it out of bounds in the Owls bench. Owls will reload and try it again with 20 on the shot clock. 11:20 on the game clock, and Rice on the wrong side of this 17-point game. So Gaines guarding the inbounder Mason again, this time more down towards the corner. Lobbed up to Lewis. Right to Oliveri. Quickly fires it to Evie. Or the 1-3-1 half-court pressure. Lewis right side, and the ball is stolen away by Gaines of UAB. Zips the other direction. Goes left over to Brewer. Brewer free throw line. Tries it back door, and that is stolen for a second by Sheffield, and he was able to save it into Mason. What a job by Cam on that defense. Now right side Evie. Evie getting harassed out front by Gaines. Evie circles to the free throw line, drives in, scoop to the hoop, rolls around the rim and in. First bucket of the game of the Owls' second leading scorer, Travis Evie. Randolph Mass Jr. scoops it in near the halfway point of the second half, and Rice is down 15. Plenty of time left, but you and I both know this comeback will start with defense as Gaines drives to his right and bumps against the chest of Lewis, but Lewis is called for that blocking foul. That's series first. And that is the 15th foul for Rice. Jimison checks in. Tony, nope, that's Gordon who checks out. They deked me a bit there. Fiedler comes back in for Lewis on the Rice side. 10:29 to go in this second half. Rice down 50-35. Gaines checking to third-year head coach Andy Kennedy for the play call. Gaines to his left, elevates for the 3 fadeaway. It's long and to the right, and Sheffield gets the rebound. That's his 5th carom of the game. 10:10 to go. Evie, left of the arcs. Jumps a pass to his left over to Fiedler. Hands to Oliveri. Down to the free throw line. Bumps against Jimison. Wiggles around and shimmies those shoulders, but passes it back out to Sheffield. Down to Oliveri. Deep 3, straight on. long into the left and out of bounds off UAB. Oliveri was trying to sell that contact from the 6'11 Jimison, who's very fleet of foot. But refs were not buying it. And Oliveri is trying to sell that foul. Launch back up to Oliveri. Jump shot three. That's off to the left. And Jimison, he fouls Fiedler. Kevin Mathis says, because that's the third foul on Jimison. Mr. Mathis says that he grabbed Fiedler trying to go back up. Third team foul on the Blazers. 9:50 to go. Rice trailing by 15. Get it to under double digits around the 6-minute mark. This guy will be pleased. Then you can make your final push. Left of the lane line, Fiedler holds it. Spins to his right. Looking like a magician. Flips it up with the right hand. Off the back of the rim. No. And Jimison steps in front of Oliveri for the rebound. And then Quincy fouls him. And that's his third personal. And that's the 16th foul for Rice. So UAB, just like that, they're in the bonus the rest of the way with 9:37 to go. Owls looking to breathe some life in there. Rice down to 31% shooting. This half, it's 44% shooting. Wouldn't mind to knock down a few more threes. Of course, when would you not? Free throw line, Gaines elevates, fades to his left, misses the contested jumper, and textbook stance for Fiedler after he secured his 7th rebound of the game. Go with 6 points and 4 assists. Here comes Evie. To his right over to Sheffield. He's hit 3 threes this half. Buffett swiping at him on defense as driving in, losing the ball. Sheffield now passes out to Fiedler. Fiedler with the right elbow, gives to Oliveri. Third time the charm, maybe? No, he misses the ball, the shot after hits out the bottom of the back of the heel, I should say. Andy Kennedy slowing the pace down. Again, he looked like a traffic stop when someone was speeding a little bit too close to a kid zone. He just said, hey, stop. Slow the pace down. Lob down. Jimison right side on the feed from Tony. Old school hook shot. It is up and in by Jimison. Don't see the hook shot too much in this game anymore. You see a lot of the face-up or the over-the-shoulder shot, but that was a true sky hook there from Mr. Jimison. Kareem will be proud. Reverse, left to right. Evie lobs it up and in. Hits his second bucket of the game and second bucket of the half. As that 15-point mark seems to be that magic hump in the second half specifically. Owls just can't get over. They trailed by 18 at the break, but UAB, as they are prone to do on their defense, they have been there at every Owls attempt to get back into this one. Driving left, Brewer on Oliveri. Rises, and banks it in with the foul on the left side. Mr. Murley counts it, and that foul goes on Oliveri, his 4th. Well, they have Evie on his 1st. I thought Oliveri was there by him, but yes, indeed, that is his 4th. Unfortunately, to be the bearer of that bad news. UAB 54, Rice 37, 7:58 to go in this ball game. Back in a moment, this is Rice basketball from Learfield.
What do you do when you need safe, reliable team transportation? You go Win. Win Transportation is one of the largest group transportation providers in Texas, a leader in charters, shuttles, and special events of all sizes. 5 people or 5,000. Win offers customizable team transportation with a wide range of motor coaches, minibuses, and vans. So, for safe, reliable team transportation, do like the Owls and go Win. Book GoWin.com. GOWYNNE.com.
Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment. 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yingling, the official beer partner of Rice Athletics, and now available for purchase everywhere in Texas. The Yingling Company, Fort Worth, Texas. Please enjoy responsibly.
Another season of women's and men's college sports is underway. Follow your alma mater or favorite team in their pursuit of the prestigious Learfield Directors Cup at L Directors Cup on Twitter and online at thedirectorscup.com. Trophies will be awarded in June 2023 to the winning institutions in all competitive divisions. Learfield Directors Cup, the crowning achievement in college athletics.
UAB 54 and Rice 37. Appreciate you tuning in wherever you are. The Owls have trailed wire to wire in this one, and still time left. Don't go anywhere. I want to thank IBEW. I was so proud to be partnering with IBEW, International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local 716, lining up Rice University and Houston for over 100 years. Next broadcast of Rice basketball is coming up. We will usher in the month of February. Hard to believe that this month of January has zipped by. The Owls will play their first of 5 road games in the month of February. Very home-heavy this month and road-heavy starting in February, but Rice at La Tech Thursday, but we're back here a week from tonight against North Texas. Owls just had that thrilling 12-point win at North Texas last week, but, they'll be ready to go next week. But Rice at La Tech. Owls looking to win for the first time in a long time at La Tech. Not one in my seasons of broadcasting there. Puts that in perspective. They're in the bonus after that break on the foul on Oliveri. Front end of the free throw missed by Brewer, so he does not get another one. But he's got a season-high 18 points for what it's worth. Owls basketball. Feather has it right to Evie, back down to the cutting Floridian. Big fella turns on Gordon, goes to the left hand off. He tips it up and in. No, it's good. Mom will be happy with that. Just gave a quick nod to her at the half. Was not even going to bother asking her how she was doing as the Owls trailed by 18 at the break. They're down by 15 now, but where have I said that before? Is there an echo here? It seems like that scoreboard's been stuck at 15 in this half. Right side Gaines hooks a hard pass up top to Buffin, steps up free throw line, jumper rattles out on Sheffield, comes down, and how did Tony get that in between 4 Owls? And it's stripped away, though, by Evie. Good gracious. And that's only their 10th turnover. It seems like it's been more than that, though. 7 minutes to go. Evie methodically dribbling on this near side. Tony watching him. Lob corner to Mason. Down low to Feather. Holds. Big fella backing him in. Slowly backing him in. Leaning into the chest of Gordon. Fakes right over the shoulder with the left hand. A little bit long and off by Feather. Max 4 of 10 from the field now. Below his usual standard. Leads the nation in field goal percentage at 77% coming into this game, and 80's better inside league play. 80%. Buff, another in for UAB. Bucket to my right. Left over to Gaines, enters it down to Gordon. Up top to Buffin. Buffin to his right. Euro step, charges into Sheffield, and a block is called. Craig Murley has that one on Sheffield. Third time is the charm. Cam's drawn 2 other charges in this game, but Buffin wins that battle for now. Buffin's not been to the line today. 74% shooter on the season. 2 shots coming up for the young man from Gainesville, Georgia. Never been there. Been to Gainesville, Texas. I've been to Gainesville, Florida. Never been to Gainesville, Georgia. Free throw is up, and that is good. Gainesville, Texas is just south of the Oklahoma border. Texans rushing back into the Lone Star State. Gainesville, one of those first stops on Highway 75. Of course, Gainesville, Florida, home of the University of. I don't know if Gainesville, Georgia has any notable notable accomplishments or whatnot, but that free throw is made. Just how the mind goes there, but Buffin's had a good game, the proud Gainesville native. Oh, there you go, Rohan. He is on it. Young man has learned. Right wing, it is Feather. Lobs up top to Evie. 6:10 to go. Rice down 17. Evie, right back from Sheffield. Evie driving right, turns the corner on Jemison, lays it in with Buffin cover there to try to spike the air out of the ball to the right baseline, but Evie wormed his way in and got in amongst the timber and laid it in. Owls have cut it to 15, 56-41, 5:50 to go. Methodically dribbling his Gaines. Mason right on him. Left to Buffin, up top to Tony. Tony hard dribble to the right. Kicks it left to Gaines in the corner to Lovin. Lovin in on Oliveri. Needling in, and he just makes his way exactly where he wanted to go to lay it in. His first hoop of the game. It's the chicken capital of the world. You're kidding me, Rohan. I did not know that about Gainesville, Georgia. As the Owls turn it over. Other end, it is Gaines on the offense. Block, charge block. Looks like we're stealing this in, so I'd guess that would be a block. Yes, indeed. If that's Oliveri, that's his 5th. So that is Oliveri Rohan. Okay. He's called for his 5th. No, Sheffield. That's his 4th. So we'll spit it out. When you got a player with 4 and number 5 commits the other foul, that is but I had Sheffield with 3, but it might amaze you, I've been wrong before. So that is the 3rd. Okay. Reports just coming in. That is the 3rd on Cam. But after the first free throw's made, it's an 18-point game. And Gaines promptly hits the 2nd free throw. It's a 19-point game. They had a game-high lead of 21 the last minute of the first half. They extend their pressure near half court. Here's Evie lobbing left corner over to Mason. Mason up top to Evie. A lot of length, a lot of size, a lot of patience on this UAB defense. The boa constrictor today. Feather left corner to Oliveri for the 3. Barely skims the rim backside. Landed in the lap of Feather. Goes underneath Oliveri. Lays it in. Max dropping the dime. 12 points for Quincy. And that is Feather's 10th assist. So he's got 8 points and 10 assists. Looking for the point assist double-double. I don't know if he's had one of those. Up top, love it. Alley-oops, catching backside. Jemison was too wide open. He bricked a bunny. He did not have very soft touch around the rim. The Owls the other way, down by 17. Oliveri to his right. Free throw line to Feather. Left corner. Sheffield to 3 off the rim. Rebound comes down to Tony of UAB. They lead by 60-43. 4:22 to go. Here's Gaines cradling the basketball. They haven't been making moves really until there's about 12 seconds left. Now he stares to his right. Kevin Mathis counting as Mason got close to him. To his right, Gaines gives it to Tony, Toney in his last name, Tony in his first name. Left block, Jemison banging against Feather. To his left, goes to the sky, hook shot again. It is up and in. I was thinking about this somehow. I saw Kareem on some type of soundbite, or maybe they were talking about LeBron, or I think it was the Dan Patrick show for what it's worth, but I remember one time I was this far away from Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Rohan, you better know who he is. He does. As Sheffield passes to Feather, Max fouled at the top of the key. Anyway, we were playing in Vegas a few years ago, timeout on the floor. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar sits right in front of me, and my jaw had never been more unhinged dropping to the floor than it was at that moment. But I digress. 3:40 to go this game. All UAB. Blazers 62, Rice 43. This is Rice basketball from Learfield.
Whether running a marathon or walking your dog, every movement matters. But when you're in pain, simple activities can feel unbearable. At Houston Methodist Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, our specialists can help you heal faster using the latest technology, minimally invasive procedures, and advanced physical therapy. As the top-ranked hospital in Texas, we have the expertise to keep you moving and help you get back to doing the things you love. Houston Methodist, lead in medicine.
What do you do when you need safe, reliable corporate transportation? You go Win. Win Transportation is one of the largest group transportation providers in Texas, a leader in charters, shuttles, and special events of all sizes. 5 people or 5,000. Win offers customizable team transportation with a wide range of motor coaches, minibuses, and vans. So, for safe, reliable corporate transportation, do like the Owls and go Win. Book at GoWin.com. GOWYNNE.com.
Hey, it's JP here to tell you that, yes, there's more Rice Owls content out there for you to consume. Subscribe and download the official podcast of Rice Athletics, Rice Owls Insider. Rice Owls Insider provides a unique new look at a variety of head coaches, players, and other integral voices inside the Rice Athletics department. Plus, you can find archived coaches shows as well. For the best in Rice Owls content, subscribe to Rice Owls Insider, the official podcast of Rice Athletics. Available on Apple, Stitcher, and Spotify. Hey, would you like to be able to watch the game and sync us up to your TV, comfort of your own home? Of course you would. Go to syncmygame.com, syncmygame.com to find out how. With a lot of our games on ESPN Plus the rest of the season, to do that. Evie, right of the rings, up to Feather. He's also got Sheffield, Mason, and Oliveri out there. Oliveri catching from Feather into the paint in the middle of 3 Blazers. Oliveri fouled. And Mr. Murley has that foul on double nickel himself, Trey Jemison. And that's his fourth, team's fifth. 62-43. UAB leads about 3.5 minutes to go. And Jemison, dripping with sweat, walks across to the far way. And he is 6'11", 260. Well put together. He's a guy that could be playing this game for a long time. Evie, baseline right, not guarded, flips a high arcing pass on the right wing up to Fiedler. Basketball magician waits and simply hands it to Sheffield. Arms dribbling that ball, free throw line to Oliveri. Fakes right on Buffin, goes left, high off the window, and the shot is short. Rebound picked up by Gordon, and he timbers backwards because of a foul, according to Mr. Pacey, on either Sheffield or Fiedler. Or no, the Owls were, that's what it was. They're saying no foul. The Owls were out of bounds when they touched the ball when Gordon was going forward, and he fell back on his own. So eventually you figured this stuff out. 11th year doing this for Rice. A few other schools before then. As Andy Kennedy getting an explanation there. So now Husinovich in for Mason for Rice. 62-43. It's been all UAB from the jump. Owls did not score until, about 5-6 minutes into the game. And at that time, UAB had a lid on the bucket themselves. They started out, 2 of the first 12. And so it was close for a while. But once UAB found its rhythm and got its stride going, the Owls were not able to respond, unfortunately, this day. Right at the 3-minute mark, down 19. Owls get to go to UAB coming up towards the end of February. February 23rd, Thursday game will be there, 6:30 sharp. Top of the key, Gaines to his right. Looks at Sheffield, throws it high, but Lovin already cut to the free throw line, and UAB turns it over for an 11th time. Scoring drought of about 2:10 exactly for Rice. Lowest the Owls have shot in a game this year, 38% at Pepperdine and 38% at UTEP, 33% in this game. So it'll be their lowest shooting and scoring game of the season, most likely. Driving baseline right is Sheffield, and he's fouled underneath by Buffin. And that is KJ Buffin's third personal, and the 16th foul on the Blazers. Yeah, the Owls' fewest points in the game was 46 against Middle Tennessee in the conference opener that for some reason was played in mid-November. Well, I know the reason, but we will not hash that out here. As I go into middle age, I'm letting things go. But some say with the snicker, listening to that. Trying to let most things go. How about that? As Sheffield hits his first free throw. One more coming up. Yeah, I guess they will get past that 46 mark eventually. Next free throw missed by Sheffield. Yeah, the Owls' season low was 46, and they're at 44 now. But 2 trips to get into the rim here recently for the Owls. Gaines has it for UAB. More on that in a second. Bounces right to Buffin. Buffin looking low. Deposits it down on the block to Brewer. He's had a season-high game. Cannot add on to that as he flips it up and it's off. Lobbed ahead. Lucinovich underneath. Had his shot blocked away and into the corner. Some big boy ball. As it's lobbed ahead to Brewer now for UAB. Under 2 minutes to go. 62-44. Coming up, the Owls want a foul, and they finally get a hold of Ronji Gordon. And it'll be 2 shots here for UAB. Gordon at the line. 1:51 to go. UAB 62 and Rice 44. Yeah, again, a look on the replay, looking over Randy McAvoy's shoulder here. That was a good block, it looked like. There's some body contact after, but not enough to warrant a foul. Gordon misfires the line drive miss. Yeah, Rice only 2 trips to the free throw line in this half. They're 3 of 4 on the game on the Rice side. Now UAB is 8 of 12, make it 8 of 13 as Gordon bricks 2, and a foul on the rebound. In KJ Buffin, I don't know his academic studies, but It looked like something was being explained in another language to him, and he couldn't understand. He was so amazed that he was called for that foul. Look on his face, but he just did not agree. As it is Sheffield going to line, a 1-and-1 situation as that foul goes on UAB. It was actually Brewer. I don't know why Buffin was so, I guess he was just befuddled. There was even a foul called, but went on his buddy Brewer there. Right-handed shooter. Free throw line is Sheffield. He makes his first. One more coming up. All 11 points in this half for Sheffield. 1:50 to go. Jones checks in. Oliveri comes out. Probably the last time. UAB, one-game trip for them. They beat La Tech Thursday, and what a dangerous team they'll be coming down the stretch. When and if they get Jordan Kelly-Walker, the third leading scorer in the nation, back. Second free throw also made by Sheffield. He's got 12, all in this half. 62-46, UAB. Here comes Gaines across the timeline, and the Owls foul. Jones commits it. Nope, they said Evie. I saw Jones. Mr. Passy saw Evie. He's the only vote that counts here, and that's the third foul on Travis. Free throw line for Gaines. Gaines is 4 of 4 at the line, all in this half. First free throw is up, and it is good for him. One more coming up. So Oliveri does come back in. They go offense, defense, as Jones checks out. And Quincy with those 4 fouls. Coach subbing depending on which end, getting Jones in there. By the book, it's what you're supposed to do. Gaines hits his second free throw, so he's got 8 points, all in this half. Evie near side, lobbing up to Oliveri, bouncing left back to Evie. Over in the corner, rotated right, and Oliveri splits through the saloon door, drives in and lays it in. He just says, oh, pardon me, I'm going to step through here, and galloped onto the hoop to lay it in plus the foul. First time he's gone to the line here. You know, in so many of these games, when we talk, this is a varying degree of what I've kind of kept a theme going here. Every time Rice has had a big shot, UAB has responded and then some in this game. But so much of the Owls' offense this year, when they have struggled, has been getting to the line. That's namely from Evie and Oliveri, who have the 2 most free throw attempts on the team this year. They just haven't gotten that done here today. Between the 2 of them, that's the first time Quincy Travis has been to the line, and Oliveri completes the traditional old-school three-point play to cut it down to 15, 64-49. And they're trying to inbound, and Jones rides on top of Brewer, fouls him. He's a 79% shooter on the year, 0 of 1. And that's the second foul on Mason Jones. So UAB will go to 15-7 on the year, and they'll go above 500 in the Owls' attempt at their third 5-game winning streak of the year. We'll have to do it some other time as the free throw is up and in by Brewer. One more coming up. Yeah, UAB is hosting Florida Atlantic Thursday. That'll be a good one. They've got the 2 Florida schools in. Andrew Akuche checks in for Rice as the next free throw is also hit by Brewer. 66-49, a minute 18 to go. Oliveri bounces right to Sheffield. Lobs up top. Evie thought about the deep 3, drives on Tony. Kralos to his left, goes off the window. No, Akuche trying to follow dunk. Couldn't get it a handle on it, really. We've seen him do that a couple times this year. So Jemison rebounded, threw it out to Gaines, and more free throws coming up for UAB. You can't say you haven't had your chances at times, but I still go back to that really tough 1-3-1 defense that UAB employs. I mean, they haven't had a field goal in almost 3 minutes, but Owls have not been able to make up any ground, unfortunately. Gaines at the free throw line. No teammates underneath rebounding. He hits it. He's 7 of 7 at the line in this half. Sheffield out. Evie out. Liepert in. And Jones back in on the good guys' side of Rice. 1:07 to go. Free throw is up, and that is good by Gaines. 8 of 8 today. So he's got double digits. They've got 4 guys in double digits, 2 with 20. And Gaines has 11. Up top, Oliveri. Owls down 19. Bouncing right, Liepert. Jake goes up top, Oliveri. Thought about the 3. He drives left all the way to the rim, and it missed again. Jimison there didn't get a piece of it, but he changed that direction. The Owls will back off here and not foul. Gaines holds it. We got to shoot it one more time. 20 to shoot. About half a minute left in this one. UAB will fly home happy tonight. Brewer and Buffin both with 20. Season high for Brewer. Dribbling it out is Gaines here near sideline. 6 to shoot, 5 to shoot. Gaines to his right behind the back. Cups it low. Little playground move. Flips it up and in. He's a talented one. No showboat about it. That was just a great move. Other end, Oliveri. 10 seconds, 9 seconds. Oliveri right wing hits the three-pointer. He's got 18, but UAB doesn't have to shoot it again. So it's not their lowest point total of the season. Owls drop this one 70-52 to the UAB Blazers. Houston Methodist postgame coming up next. It's Rice basketball from Learfield.
Houston, we have a cocktail. All Hands Canned Cocktails are made with 6 times distilled crab vodka at a 10% ABV to ensure you never have to sacrifice the quality of your provisions. Now available in 6 natural flavors, including raspberry lemonade, ruby red grapefruit, cherry limeade, cranberry and vodka soda, and vodka tonic classics. Follow the adventure on Instagram at @DrinkAllHands and try these car-strength cocktails for yourself for the next game. All Hands, damn fine cocktails. Proud sponsor of Rice Athletics.
Howdy Homemade Ice Cream is here. Howdy is an ice cream shop in Katy, Texas that makes ice cream in-house and has a unique mission to employ individuals that are differently abled. Stop by and enjoy some ice cream. With every scoop you buy, you help support employment for special needs. Coming to Rice Athletics venues in the fall.
What if your preferred hospital could also be your primary care provider? At Houston Methodist, we go beyond hospital care, offering you everything from flu shots to well-known exams to managing your weight and cholesterol. And our primary care doctors and specialists are connected all across the city. So whatever the need, wherever you live, we can be there for you.
Visit HoustonMethodist.org to find the care you need at locations throughout Houston. Houston Methodist, leading medicine.
The true teammate takes on every day with a winner's attitude, gets up when they fall down, and leaves it all on the field. There's a group of teammates who do all these things every single day. But they're more than your typical athlete. They're kids dealing with life-altering diagnoses. Team Impact pairs these kids with college athletic teams as part of a 2-year program, getting them off the sideline and into the game. The collegiate student-athletes gain a new teammate, a new friend, and a new perspective. For more information, visit teamimpact.org. Team Impact, all in, all together.
On the Rice Sports Network from Learfield, welcome to the Houston Methodist Hospital postgame show. Houston Methodist, leading medicine. Postgame coverage is also brought to you by IBEW Local Union 716, where passion plus skill locks arms with value. To begin our coverage, let's head back courtside to the voice of the Owls, J.P. Heath.
Rice falls in this one 70-52 to the UAB Blazers. UAB leads wire to wire, and they defeat Rice as UAB had lost 4 of 6 coming into this one, but they're still not a bad team by any means. They're 15-7. And they go to 6-5 in league play. That was just their second true road win of the year. They're now 2-4 away from Bartow Arena. Owls fall to 15-6 on the year, and they're now 6-4 in league play. That snapped a 4-game winning streak for the Scholars, and they had won 9 of 11 coming into this one, and only the Owls' 3rd home loss of the year, and it prevents that chance for the Owls to match last year's win total in this one, as Blue and Gray fall short in this one to UAB. Blazers get 4 in double figures, 20 each from Buffin and Brewer. The latter, Brewer, a season-high effort for him, double-double, 10 points, 12 rebounds, a block shot for Jimison, but he caused a lot of others go to change the trajectory of other shots. Gaines with 13 points and 9 rebounds. UAB as a team shot 43% from the field and held Rice to a season low 33% shooting. The Owls were 8 of 26 on their threes in this game, and they got out-rebounded 44-31 in this ball game too. A lot more to get to coming up on our Houston Methodist postgame. UAB 70 and Rice 52. We'll hear from head coach Scott Parra coming up here in seconds and in moments here in the next break. And Ashley will update you across Conference USA in college basketball the way that she does. Stay tuned. More coming up. Rice falls to UAB 70-52. It's Rice basketball from Learfield.
The lights, the sounds, the cameras, the electricity. If you can feel it, hear it, see it, chances are an IBEW electrician built it. The members of the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers Local 716 built the things that make Rice University and Houston great, and we want you to join us. Excellent training, fantastic benefits in retirement, and 0 student loan debt. Build a better career. To find out more, visit IBEW716.net.
Another season of women's and men's college sports is underway. Follow your alma mater or favorite team in their pursuit of the prestigious Learfield Directors Cup at L Directors Cup on Twitter and online at thedirectorscup.com. Trophies will be awarded in June 2023 to the winning institutions in all competitive divisions. Learfield Directors Cup, the crowning achievements in college athletics.
Come experience the Scott Parra Show, live at Valencia's Tex-Mex Garage every Monday at 7 o'clock at the new Greenway location. Enjoy made-from-scratch recipes, giant margaritas, and weekend brunch featuring penny mimosas. Come by for happy hour Monday through Friday, and be sure to sign up for Valencia's Rewards to earn $5 for every $50 spent. Valencia's Tex-Mex Garage, from the original family behind Cyclone and Ayaz, and home of the Scott Parra Show.
Your one-stop for all college sports is the Varsity app and the brand new Varsity Network website, thevarsitynetwork.com. Keep up with your favorite teams and the rest of college sports, no matter where you are, with thevarsitynetwork.com. Live and on-demand broadcasts, your favorite college-centric podcasts, with stories and video around college sports and your favorite teams. Be sure to download the Varsity app and check out the brand new Varsity Network website, thevarsitynetwork.com.
Rice House fall here to the UAB Blazers, 70-52. We'll hear from Coach Parra coming up here in moments. A few of those other numbers, kind of the not diminishing the importance of them, but kind of the specialty stats, as turnovers were big in this one. And the Owls early on, they did a better job the rest of the game. The Owls had turned it over 13 times on the game, and UAB got just 9 points off those turnovers. I say only because Rice had 10 points off the 11 UAB turnovers, but Owls did a better job in the second half, but UAB controlled things in the paint. They had a 24-22 advantage on points in the paint here in this ball game. Fast break points even at 11 apiece. There were never a tie, never a lead change in this one. UAB led for 37 minutes and 51 seconds of this game. After 0-0, it was all UAB after that. Their largest lead was 21 at one point. And again, with the win, they go to 15-7 on the year and 6-5 inside league play. A few more of the individual stats on the Rice side. I gave you kind of the view of UAB. They had 4 in double figures, 2 from 20-point games from Buffin and Brewer. Brewer, a season-high 20 points for them. They made up for the loss of the third leading scorer in the nation, Jelly Walker. The Owls had 2 in double figures. Quincy Oliveri with 18 points on 7 of 18 shooting. He was 3 of 10 on his threes, 18 points and 4 rebounds. And only other Owl in double figures was Cam Sheffield. He had 12 points and 5 rebounds in this game. Max Fiedler, almost another double-double, but he had 5 points in this one. 8 points, 5 assists, and 12 rebounds in the game. Also scoring for the Owls, Travis Evie, 6 points, 0 of 5 on his threes. Makai Mason had 5 points and 3 rebounds and 2 assists in the game. Alam Husinovic had 3 points. The only 3 he made in that first half Here have Coach Para coming up here in moments as the guys have been released out of the locker room. But that's it, scoring-wise for the Owls. Liepert, Jones, and Akuche played, but they did not score. UAB beats Rice by a 70-52 final. And next action of Rice Owls basketball coming up on Thursday. Rice will be going up to Louisiana Tech to take on the Bulldogs. Remember, that's a 6 o'clock start. Started a bit early out there in the cozy hamlet of Ruston. We'll be on at 5:45, the Houston Methodist pregame. Rice and Louisiana Tech, they played opening up January. Louisiana Tech won here in overtime, 88-82. And it's almost appropriate that they open up February against each other, too, as that'll be a relatively quick bus trip over there in the last regular season meeting for some time. Rice taking on Louisiana Tech coming up on Thursday, and then Rice is back at home against North Texas a week from tonight. That's a Saturday, our first Saturday night home game in a while. Rice taking on the Mean Green, and then on the road in that Florida trip a couple weeks from now. And then after that, the Owls are home. Their last 2 home games of February come UTSA in Western Kentucky on February 16th and 18th. Right around the time. That's the weekend we start Rice baseball. About to be a busy time here around the athletic department. More of those numbers in here. Got to some of those big ones. Team-wise, Rice shot 33% in this game, 19-57, a little bit better in the second half. Rice was 42% shooting after the break. And Rice shot the 3-ball better, namely Sheffield in that second half. They were 5 of 14 shooting their threes in the second half, 36%. And on the game, 8 of 26, though, and only 7 free throws on the game for Rice. They made 6 of them, but they didn't get to the line as much as UAB did. The Blazers were 14 of 19 on their free throws, 74%. And UAB in the second half, that was all their free throw shooting. They didn't have any free throw attempts in the second half. All of their free throw shots came in the second half. They're 14 of 19 in that case. But the UAB Blazers defeat the Rice Owls by a 70-52 final. And we will have Coach Para coming up here in moments. I do believe we'll take a quick timeout and back right after this. Rice falls to UAB 70-52. This is Rice basketball from Learfield.
Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment. 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yingling, the official beer partner of Rice Athletics, and now available for purchase everywhere in Texas. The Yingling Company, Fort Worth, Texas. Please enjoy responsibly.
Woo! Got my nachos, got my big TV, and my favorite chair. It's game time. But you know, the only thing that would make it a little better is if I could listen to my local broadcasters while watching the game.
Oh, hello. You must have wished for your game to be synced with TV and radio.
I sure did.
Do you have a DVR?
You bet.
Do you have a streaming device?
Yeah.
Blammo! Your game is now synced. It's that easy.
Oh, boy.
To see if you can get synced, head to syncmygame.com for Learfield.
Syncmygame.com?
Syncmygame.com.
Rice Owls fall to the UAB Blazers today, 70-52. Appreciate Coach Para coming here courtside after that one. They led wire to wire, and I know they didn't necessarily do things that surprised you, of course, that defensively they had it going for a while, but what did you think about that one, Wilson?
Hard to pinpoint, besides giving them all the credit. I mean, they were energized from the start. They had a great game plan that they executed. We got off to a slow start. We had a lot of opportunities early that we missed that didn't allow us to make it a game really at all. But again, they were playing at a different speed than us for whatever reason. And as a coach, now you're going to try and figure this out, and you try not to overthink it. But one of the things that hits my mind is like maybe Tim's here, he knows better, but something like 11 straight games have come down to the last minute or two, right? Then not only is that physically exhausting, it's emotionally exhausting. And maybe our guys here hit a little bit of a wall, and they didn't have the juice to respond today. And it wasn't due to a lack of. They were great yesterday in practice. They were great today at shoot-around, so I had no signs of seeing it. But then the first 10 minutes of the game, I saw it, and we just didn't have that pop. And every backdoor pass was a little behind. Everything was a little slow. Everything was a little and UAB is really good. And you combine those two things, and you get what you got today. And it's unfortunate, but it's a credit to UAB.
They obviously had Jelly Walker not playing. They had a couple other guys that did not make the trip, but you thought Gaines would be their scoring guy, but Brewer comes up and he has a season-high 20 points. When you don't have a star player like that playing for the other team, is it tough to adjust last minute? I know that wasn't what it came down to.
Because you don't know what guys are like excited about their new role, right? And he certainly took advantage of it. He's a really good player, but with Walker playing, he's been a secondary player, right? You know what I mean? And doesn't get his shots. And they have really good players. It's why they were picked to win the league. It's why they won 27 games last year. And, they're going to be a force down the stretch in this league, and I don't think anybody didn't think they would be.
Mm-hmm. Thanks, Coach.
You're welcome, JB.
Appreciate it.
Yep.
Head Coach Scott Parra of our Rice Owls. Remember, we have the Scott Parra Show coming up on Monday night at Valencia's Tex-Mex Garage. And now, I think this is the point, Ashley. If you could update us on a few scores, I'll be back to tie a bow on this one. Coming back right after this, Rice falls to the UAB Blazers 70-52 final here in Houston. This is Rice basketball from Newfield, but Ashley, take it away, young lady.
All right. Thank you, JP, and welcome back inside the Learfield Network studios with me, Ashley Gentry, to bring you some final scores around college basketball. Rice cannot complete the comeback tonight, and they fall 70-58 to UAB, ending their 4-game streak. Owls now 5-4 inside CUSA, and will still hold that third spot below North Texas and FAU. Some other conference tip-offs tonight with number 21 FAU currently leading Western Kentucky by 5, 35-30 at the half. Owls still undefeated in league play, a perfect 10-0. Hilltoppers 3-7. And La Tech, the visitors tonight in San Antonio, they currently lead UTSA 25-18, getting set for the second. Coming up at 5, North Texas and UTEP at the Super Pit. Mean Green looking to advance to 9-3 in league play and maintain second in CUSA. Miners currently 4-5 with their sights set on 500. And wrapping up the evening with FIU hosting Middle Tennessee, a 6 o'clock tip-off for the Blue Raiders and Panthers now in the Sunshine State. Back in the top 25 with some final scores earlier today. Number 7, Virginia takes down Boston College 76-57 in the ACC. 2 Big East matchups already done with number 13, Xavier, falling 84-67 to Creighton. And number 16, Marquette, defeating DePaul 89-69. And a few more with number 12, Iowa State, taking the loss 78-61 to Missouri. And number 2, Alabama falls 93-69 to Oklahoma. That will do it for me for now. We'll take a quick break and throw it back to JP to wrap us up. You're listening to Rice Men's Basketball from Learfield.
DoubleTree by Hilton Houston Medical Center Hotel and Suites is the preferred hotel for anybody visiting the medical center, the museum district, or Rice University. We offer the largest suites in the medical center, complete with full kitchens, and our full-service restaurant and outdoor pool will make your stay complete. We look forward to having you experience the DoubleTree by Hilton Houston Medical Center Hotel and Suites soon. And if you do a group rate or 10 or more rooms, don't forget to call 713-528-7744. That's 713-528-7744.
North Star Pressure Washing, the only power washing company you will ever need for all your commercial and residential properties. Serving Houston and the surrounding areas for over 10 years, and now a proud sponsor for Rice University sports programs. Call us today for a free quote at 281-989-9244, because at North Star Pressure Washing, we never forget that your image is our business.
The lights, the sounds, the cameras, the electricity. If you can feel it, hear it, see it, chances are an IBEW electrician built it. The members of the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers Local 716 built the things that make Rice University and Houston great. When your next construction project needs to be on time and on budget, hire the electricians that light up Rice University. Learn more at IBEW716.net.
A college basketball podcast for fans, by fans. Hey, this is Stephen Hartzell, host of College Sports Now. Join us throughout the season when we talk hoops with some of the biggest names in the game. Coaches, writers, players will go coast to coast. We'll give you some of the best college basketball content as only we can on CSN. Follow along on Twitter at CSNowTweets. And don't forget, you can subscribe to College Sports Now wherever you get your podcasts.
Rice House fall to the UAB Blazers by a final score of 70-52. Next broadcast of Rice House basketball coming up on Thursday from the cozy hamlet of Ruston, Louisiana. We will be on air at 5:45. Rice has lost 6 straight in that series to Louisiana Tech, including that one earlier on this month against the Bulldogs here, where Travis Evie hit the buzzer-beating shot to force overtime, but the Bulldogs prevailed. All time in Ruston, the Owls have lost 10 of 13 games played, and they have not won in Ruston, Louisiana since the 04-05 team won 78-64. So maybe that'll be a good omen of things, as that great Rice House team of the past has been tied to this year's team, and Rice was looking for its best 21-game start to a season here today, with trying to pass that 04-05 Owls team. But there will be better days. Owls fall on this one today. Remember, in everything we give thanks. Thanks to all of you for tuning in here to this one here tonight, this afternoon specifically. Appreciate the sports information crews on both sides. On the Rice side, Tim Angieski. Thanks to Rohan for passing the notes and keeping us honest here courtside. And thanks to Ashley. You can now enjoy your movie. Ashley, I guess you have some hockey duty coming up here in just a bit too. But appreciate you all for tuning in. Have a great rest of this day and night. God bless. Go Owls. Rice fight. We'll be talking to you Monday. The Scott Parra Show coming up from Valencia's. That'll be on the Owls social media channels and also on ricehouse.com, the Owls Game Day app, and the Varsity Network app as well. Again, have a great night, and we'll talk to you coming up Monday from Valencia's. Get us some good fajitas to get over this one. This has been Rice Basketball from Learfield.
On the Rice Sports Network from Learfield, you've been listening to the Houston Methodist Hospital postgame show, sponsored by Houston Methodist, leading medicine. Rice Basketball has also been brought to you by Howdy's Homemade Ice Cream. Amazing ice cream, served by amazing people. And by IBEW Local Union 716, where passion plus skill locks arms with value. The preceding has been a Learfield presentation on the Rice Sports Network.